Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Dana Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. Lots to get to from the spring game over the weekend. We will get to that here in just a second, of course, following Idle Chit Chat. But morning, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good to see you. Sip's got his Hawaiian shirt on today.
He's got a lot going on. He's got a brand new haircut, and it looks fabulous.
Fresh haircut.
Look at him.
Fresh Hawaiian shirt.
Please lock in.
I
Greg.
gotta put my hat on.
No, don't put your hat.
I gotta put my damn hat
You
on.
look incredible.
Well,
I'm saying
look today.
I'm saying it's the best. We still
You look relaxed for the first
Yeah.
time in a while.
Yeah, it does. It just.
I'm not
It
relaxed.
With
looks
this
like,
shirt,
with the shirt and then
Yeah.
you look like you're going on vacation.
this is a compliment.
I'm
Yeah.
not relaxed.
But you look relaxed, though.
Yeah, you look very,
You look.
very relaxed.
It's that shirt. That's a relaxed man wearing that
Is
shirt.
it a?
Right, Bill? Doesn't it just speak
He does.
relaxed
He
to
looks
you?
unbelievable. He looks fresh, and
Yeah.
and part of the reason he's fresh is because he didn't have to do some things this morning he was supposed to,
Bill
which was
got
bring
me.
in the Splenda.
Oh, boy.
Bill got
That
me.
was the one thing he had to do.
It pierced my
And then-
heart when I saw that text.
And then he tried to hit us with, "Well, I got it. I bought it." Is it
It's
with you?
not here.
No, it's not
Listen,
here.
listen.
No, it's not here.
Bill's
at the
smart.
house.
So if anyone's driving by with 2 packets of Splenda, that'd be
Here's
great.
the thing about Bill. I think about kind of like BSing him sometimes. You can't. Because he's done it all. He's seen it all.
That's not true.
He's the king of it all.
I think of things I could tell him, and I'm like,
you've
he'll
been-
never believe it.
You've been to the White House, haven't you? Oh, with it.
Taking a picture of the president.
Can I
in
bring
the Oval
that
Office?
Beautiful
Right.
picture. That picture of you and Trump is amazing.
It's beautiful.
It is. I'm not joking.
It's a good picture.
It is just
really
you.
is.
It's just Bill and
You-
Trump. Like if you watch it, it's
Yeah.
just you two.
And
There's
they're
nobody else
beaming.
with you. It's
Yeah.
just
And
you
they're
two.
beaming.
both beaming.
They're
Very
beaming. Bill is beaming.
Yeah.
I was very sad.
I mean, he looks like a school
we
child.
might have to bring someone else on, maybe Derek Panansky, just to confirm Bags' story of how he got tackled with
That's
the flip phone.
amazing.
No, that's the
Amazing.
best part of
So
it.
amazing.
That's the
Hey,
best part of
baby,
the
you
whole
never
thing.
guess where I am right now.
Boom. Can you imagine? I guarantee there's been no one else say, "Hey, you went to visit the president at the White House because you guys won." Who got tackled? I mean, right away, 78-year-old guy like that who got tackled
Hey,
like
babe,
that.
I'll never
So
guess
He
where I am.
answered the phone.
he answered, "Hey, babe, you're not gonna believe where I'm at."
There he goes.
You're not gonna
Humble.
believe where I'm at.
He didn't tell her ahead of time where he was going to be that day.
No,
It's so beautiful. Hey, baby, you're never gonna believe where I'm at.
in the Oval Office.
Oh, just got tackled. Call you back.
Gotta go. Oh, I might break my phone.
It's a pure joy. If I could bring something up here for the
Please.
because we talk about the 3-legged stool all the time in here, right?
Yeah,
We're
that's what we
not
are.
the 3-legged stool. We're the 4-legged stool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Josh for
Josh,
a second.
producer Josh.
Producer Josh. It's incredible. I texted him with him for something like that last night. I texted him early this morning. Like that body language is incredible.
He's got
Like
incredible
that.
body
does.
Yeah,
language.
he does. He's always look at him. He's
Do
always smiling.
something with your
He's
body.
always happy. He rides his bike in here at 5 a.m.
He does.
like that. He's a full-time student. He's calling games on the radio. And the stuff he does for us like that and the energy that he has, Josh, thank you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you
Yes,
for that.
Josh, we do appreciate it.
Yes, like that. He is.
Good
He's
job.
He's from Chicago.
We'll start paying you.
He
one
posts
of
the
these days.
videos after the show on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram.
One
Yeah.
of these days we'll start paying him.
Yeah. Hang in there. You're going to get some pay someday for
Someday
this.
Josh is coming for
It's
you.
all going to work for us.
Hey, but I'll tell you something. We got dudes that have worked here that are going places in the world. So I think it pays off.
That's right.
Yeah.
We do.
Big Sky. Wow. Big Sky just turning down jobs all over the nation. Big Sky. I'm not joking.
Not good enough for him. He's got a gig right.
Well,
good
Big
gig
Sky's
right now.
already working a job
know,
that
he
he
is.
gets offers all the time. He's working in Waterloo.
Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Waterloo.
covering northern Iowa.
Yeah, Waterloo,
High school
Iowa.
Sports. Yeah.
So that'd be up. So Waterloo has to be up in the Okoboji area.
A little bit east of that. I
East of
believe,
that,
yeah.
but you could get
East
to
of
Arnold's Park
Okoboji.
on an easy
What do you
drive
call it?
from there.
What do you call Okoboji?
Boji?
No, you just call it
Just,
Boji.
just Boji.
That's
take,
cool.
Take the
Yeah,
Oka
yeah,
off.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
Boji.
I'm
Go
not
to
that
Boji.
cool.
He's cool.
Have you ridden the wooden roller coaster?
I have. Yeah, of course. Many times.
Have you
when I was
went
a
through? Have
kid.
you been to the fun house, or that you have to go
Yes.
through the
Oh,
the
I've been every part of Arnold's Park. It's not a big place.
Arnold's
No,
Park.
Arnold's
It's not a big amusement park, but it's good for kids.
Kids.
Yeah,
And I have been on the roller coaster for sure.
Yeah, Arnold.
They also have a Pirates Cove miniature golf on the outside of that place too.
Do they?
Good mini golf at Arnold's Park.
I think I would enjoy that a bunch. But so Jake had a great golf game last night.
I
You want to go hole by hole?
No,
Let's go hole by hole.
No,
Yeah,
all I
but yeah,
said,
go exactly.
all I said was this: it was a beautiful night to go play a quick 9 holes into my par 3 course. There was nobody out there. Perfect
My
weather.
par 3 course. That
Well,
tells you
I
where he's
live- it's
living
across,
at.
It's
That tells you where he's at.
It's
Gated community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
it's my par
Yeah.
3
It's
course.
cool. He's earned it.
He's earned it. He does that. When you go see Jake, that's fine. You got to have a code to get in. Just so you know, it's a
Just
different
the
deal.
Raccoons.
It's a different deal.
Yeah, it was fun last night.
But
A lot of
I
fun.
did a bunch of yard work last night.
Good.
And so because there was no wind, so I could use my blower. I could do all kinds of stuff. I got things done. Also, there had to be the neighbor just to the west had to be livid until
Midnight?
Oh, way later than that. Probably 3 a.m. probably. So I'm infatuated with solar lights. So I've got over 80 of them probably. These little flat disc ones are really cool. You get them at Sam's. And so we picked them all up. Laura went around and picked them all up, my wife, because we're getting new mulch put in. So we all do have these different areas. So we picked them all up. Well, I set them all together, like facing west. Well, when the sun went down, they all went on. It was like a 6,000-volt flashlight shining right at the neighbor's house.
Oh boy, the one you're already having some problems with.
No, it wasn't the one like that.
Okay. Oh,
Tree guy?
well, you said it on the air. I thought, didn't you bring it on the air?
Oh.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Okay. Oh, wow.
There wasn't
Listen,
problems.
Listen,
There's
I
no
didn't say
problems.
anything. I didn't say anything
There's
directly
no
what it
pro-
was.
There's no problems. We got it all worked out.
We'll take it.
Just somebody wanted to cut down everything we owned.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well,
I like that.
nothing specific came. I just said it.
No, you're fine.
That's it.
You're absolutely
Anything else from you, Sip? This weekend?
No, I don't think people want to hear about me too much.
You just worked the spring game.
Well, I mean, I don't think people care about what I did this weekend.
I think they might. I think they actually do.
I think you probably were part of the most important thing going on was the spring game. That got a lot of attention.
Well, not because of
believe.
me, because there's other things happening. All right.
Yeah.
Like the spring game.
How was it? Was it nice being inside? Because I'll
Yeah.
be honest with you, during that time of day, I was not outside.
It was terrible out.
Yeah, it
It was so
It
windy.
was rough.
Yeah.
You're right. It was
So
rough.
for the pregame show at Tipsy Tina's, we started up at 10:30, and I believe I looked at my phone. It was 35 degrees with a feel like of 26, and we powered through. We
Yeah.
did it for 15 minutes. And
It
I
was
said,
not-
"On
that
your
was- yeah,
way."
That wasn't too bad. The walk over into the wind was.
You
I
had your
mean, come on,
stocking cap,
I
though.
just feel like a weenie when I'm talking like this. It was fine. It was 26.
But it was
I mean, it was 50 below at one point this winter. That's what I remember.
That was bad. Yeah.
But it's a classic example
50
of just that is, even though it's spring, that's fall too.
That's the thing.
That's just the way it is. You're just going to deal with wind here all the time.
Yeah, those recruits. I was thinking, well, yes and no. In September and October, it's usually not that cold. So
That's
that was
why
like
I
a November
mentioned-
day.
That's why I mentioned wind. You'll
Yeah.
deal with wind all the time. Right?
Yeah.
So no, it's not
Wind.
that cold. But the wind is
Yeah.
that affects you.
Oh
it,
yeah.
it messes with you. It does like that. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
harder deal. To be honest with you, doesn't affect the throwing game near as much, we think, unless it's just ridiculous. But the kicking game is where it kind of gets you. That's where it can kind of jack with you a little bit in your mindset. and
jack
those
with them a
things
little
like
bit.
that.
Well, let's get
So-
to it. Again, that was Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Call them today at 402-440-6297 for a free quote for a 2023 lawn fertilizer program. Spring game on Saturday. The white team wins it 21-7. I think the story of the game, though, was kind of sloppiness, turnovers, 8 turnovers, 6 fumbles, and 2 picks by the offense. Now, again, it wasn't even wet out there. It was cold. It was a little bit windy, but it wasn't any sort of precipitation out there. It could cause fumbles. And Matt Rule was not happy with the fumbles in the post-game press conference. But when you saw all those turnovers, Sip, I mean, we'll go to quarterbacks in a second, but what was your original thoughts on all of the turnovers that Nebraska had?
I mean, there was a point in the game where what was it? They had a point where they turned it over 4 times in 8 plays.
Yeah, that was bad. Yep,
I
that
mean,
was bad.
that was rough. I don't know. I kind of mixed emotions about it. It's a lot. Jeff Sims didn't have that issue. He's clearly the best quarterback. I mean, Heinrich,
Harvard.
yeah, threw a pick and fumbled it away once. Richard Torres lost a fumble and threw a pick. Chuba was picked off and threw it away and gave it away on a fumbled snap. So that's 6, right? That's 6 right there. The quarterbacks were involved in.
Yeah.
Sims, I think, dropped a snap and got it back. Yes, Rule said he would have thrown his headset down if it weren't for the people in the stands. I think anybody would have understood if he would have. I'm sure that, that part's rough. I don't know though, Jake. I wasn't sort of.
It was pretty alarming. It was alarming the amount of turnovers that were in that.
Well, the reason it would be alarming for anyone, I'm talking college football now, is that the turnover margin is the number one prediction of winning and losing.
We know it.
Where that here in Nebraska.
So that's why that's the number one thing. That's the first thing you always have up is, are you you're as a team, are you plus 11? Are you plus this? Whatever you're at. Like that. Now there is a time if Alabama was playing San Jose State and they may do something dumb and turn it over 3 times, and San Jose State turns over once, and it's still a 40-point win. That happens, and you do win some with it. I'm just saying, but overall, there's nothing that coaches preach more than the they always say the object of the game is the ball. So that it's how to protect it and how to take it away. Is the big thing. So that's why it's just such a concern, to be able to look at it.
Yeah, and that was in the third quarter, by the way, when they Nebraska committed 4 turnovers over a span of just 8 plays. I was sort of losing my patience at that point.
I understand why. That was frustrating to watch. It was very alarming, I thought.
Yeah, and there's probably, I could sit here and come up with a litany of excuses for it to happen on that day. I mean, there was probably some nerves. Rule said that he wasn't making excuses. He didn't try to make excuses, but he did say, look, it might've been a focus issue. We played a full game. They played a full game, and there might've been some focus issues on the players' part. 3-hour game. That's the first time they've done that in a while. It was the first time the kids have played in a game in a while. It's the first time Nebraska used it. I mean, that's the good news of the day, by the way. They tackled the whole time. And it was good and bad. I mean, come on. What spring games are to me it's always a good news, bad news proposition. It always is. The good news is the defense forced 8 turnovers.
It's true.
Right.
That's one way to look at it. Right. Sure.
And now let me ask you this, because to say that I watched it as a coach or this, obviously I watched it. Things were going on during the game, so I went back and was able to. I couldn't rewind it all the way back, but I got a chance to rewind back and saw some things. But the return for the touchdown.
Oh, that's bad.
That sure looked like a pass.
It was a pass.
I'm watching.
It was a way to get the red team on the board. Basically.
I thought they were kidding around.
Yeah, I did.
It was a terrible.
And I'm like,
obviously a pass.
It's obviously a pass. So I'm like, so really it wasn't. So
no.
So it should be 21-0.
Yeah,
that's what it should have been.
Yeah, and one less turnover.
Yeah, one
less. It's still that still wouldn't cover up enough to be able to do that. But I was taken back by that.
That was a remarkably bad call.
Just let it stand.
Right. I was the whole time I was thinking, well, that's not gonna. I was like, what's the guy doing? First of all, why didn't he blow? Why's that kid running back that? This is ridiculous.
And it's such a point of emphasis. It's the big point of emphasis with the officials is, please God, do not blow things dead, because you can go back and fix it. If you blow it dead,
I guess
then it's just over with. Because there was a play later where the same thing happened, and all of a sudden the receiver picked it up and he started running. It's like, what's going on here? It was clearly a pass again.
Same time.
Same thing. It was like
same thing. It
wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't close. And I'm literally, I don't know. We're in the sky watching. I'm in the sky, and I could see it.
Yeah, it was one of those like, what are they doing? Someone's gonna get hurt here, and all this, But that is it. That was a classic example of the officials basically talking there. What they were saying to the Big Ten was like, "I'm doing my job. Do not blow things dead unless you know for sure." Now, I will say this: you have to give the officials some credit on this. On both the plays, there were contact on the quarterback.
It was.
So if you don't know if maybe it got punched out that made it go forward, but they were just throws. One went back for a touchdown and no one said anything.
Yeah. Okay, so good news, bad news. The bad news is the turnovers. I thought the good news was Jeff Sims.
Jeff Sims 9 for 13 passing, 139 yards, along a 38, and he also looked good running the football.
Yeah, he's good. They have a quarterback. Now Casey's watching this. Casey's been watching it all spring, and he was watching on Saturday from the sideline with a headset. I mean, it'll be all he can do to get his job back. I mean, it'll be difficult. It's going to be very difficult to get his job back.
Yeah, and all that conversation in the last few weeks about Heinrich Harburg making a push for Jeff Sims, it didn't look like it on Saturday. I mean,
sure
didn't. 2 for 9. He started off 0 for 6. He was 2 for 9 for -1 yards passing.
Right. I knew.
And a sack.
I said it. I said it all week. I don't know if I said it on this show, but I said it all week. I know he can run, Heinrich Harburg. I wondered if he could throw it. I want to see what he looks like passing. That's what I said. I think I said on the pregame show. I want to see what Heinrich looks like throwing it. Maybe he just had a bad day.
It wasn't good.
No, it didn't look. He didn't look
2
good.
for 9.
He started off good with that 23-yard run.
That's right. He did look good with the run.
He looks good running the ball. No, there's a big distance between Sims and the rest, but Casey will enter the competition basically in June, and I think he can push Sims. You wonder a little bit if Sims can throw it downfield like Casey. You didn't see a lot of that.
I don't any shots at all.
No, Casey
Yes,
can.
on
You
Saturday.
like those shots?
I do like shots. Well, that's why Casey was fun to watch,
Right,
because
he
Casey would take shots and
I
he
know.
would complete the
I know.
shots.
He was
Trey
good,
Palmer.
great
And it was
depot.
Marcus, that was not just Palmer. Usually it was, but it was
Yeah.
not. It was more than Palmer last year on the deep shots. He has a beautiful deep ball, which we didn't see from Jeff Sims at all. On
No,
Saturday.
not the other day. Good news, bad news. Good news. They definitely have some edge rushers that are young and good. Cameron Lenhart, Prince Uman
What was it?
Prince
Will Uman Mielen.
Yeah. Prince Will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say Maverick Noonan. I mean, Maverick Noonan flashed a few times. Those guys are good. Now, I don't know. They're freshmen. So I wonder, I'd say AJ Rollins, that looks like a good position move.
Going from tight end to defensive end.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
How the running backs look? Go back to the offense.
Let's go back to the
Good
offense
news,
real
bad
quick.
news.
Yeah.
I thought they looked good. I thought Grant looked the best. It's a tight bunch. Like there's nobody it doesn't look to me, Jake. I don't know, and Bill, what you guys think. I don't see anybody that's much better than the field.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I didn't think anybody. Grant was the best, like you said, but it wasn't like he was remarkable out there.
No.
Gabe Irvin looked okay. Ramir looked okay.
Irvin started. Now that was interesting. Gabe Irvin was the starting running back. Irvin,
how'd it go? What was the order?
Gabe Irvin started.
So Irvin had 8 carries for 20 yards.
Okay. 8 carries for 20 yards.
And
And
a
the
touchdown.
order was in Ramir Johnson. I don't know the order. It was Gabe Irvin started. That's the critical thing. Grant carried 14 times. Gabe Irvin carried 8.
What did Grant have for yards?
He had 14 carries for 34 yards,
that's
along of
2.4.
11.
That's 2.4.
Yeah.
So he averaged 3 yards a carry in general on the game.
Got hit for a 5-yard loss. Ramir looked good. Who looks good? That fullback is Bonner.
Janarian Bonner, yeah.
They found something there, I think. Now, of course, he carried the ball in the first play, the fullback, and then they gave the ball to Frank. That was good. I think the running back room is good. It comes back to probably the offensive line a little bit.
But the question is it good and do they have a difference maker? Now, we saw the first part of last season that Anthony Grant was a difference maker. It didn't end that way.
His legs look. I thought his legs looked live yesterday. I thought he looked like he was. Yeah, I mean, I think he can be that guy. He was last year. I think he can be again. He ran like he's hungry. AJ Allen ran like a guy who hadn't practiced that much this year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I thought he looked flat. He caught a couple passes though, right, Jay?
AJ Allen did have 2 catches for 22 yards for the red team.
Right. He looked, but now keep in mind, AJ Allen he wasn't full go for hardly any of the spring. So, I mean, we always forget about Ramir. Ramir looked as good as any of them, right? I like that room a lot. I really do. I think it's a strength. They didn't.
Now it looked like that I saw that Fedoni did play.
Yeah, Fedoni played. Caught a pass.
How the tight end group look?
Gilbert had a bad drop.
couple of them.
Yeah, at least one. Yeah,
No, he had two.
He had one. Yeah, I saw one.
2 in the breadbasket.
Two bad drops.
Yeah, I don't even
Fedoni
wanna
had
talk
one
about it.
catch for 4 yards. Borkercher had 3 catches for 44 yards.
Yeah, Borkercher looked good.
Was there? I didn't. Again, it wasn't clear on that, but many drops from the wideouts.
No.
Just Gilbert really at tight end.
Yeah.
Had the bad drops.
He had 2 bad drops. Arik Gilbert. Now he wasn't a first team guy either.
Marcus Washington had a bad drop. It would have been a first
Yeah,
down, I believe.
Washington had one.
He had a bad drop.
It was interesting that the starting lineup was Fedoni and Borkercher. It was not Fedoni and Gilbert. I mean, I do have this. I think I could do the starting lineup almost off the top of my head.
Aren't they still working with Gilbert?
Yes.
He still has a appeal.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Right.
He's not. Yeah. He, as
still
far
has
as I
an
know, he's
appeal.
not eligible right now.
Still has an appeal.
Yeah. So he's not. Maybe that's why.
Don't know. I have no idea about that. But like I said, I just know the young man from being around him his freshman year at LSU, and like I said, enjoyed him and had a lot of talent. So I have.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of talent.
But Borkercher is a great young man. Love watching him to play like that. It's just great to see Thomas out there again to be able just to kind of get a few reps or how many he got just to be back in live play again. So, but the thing that needs that was the best, and I watched all the spring games this weekend, and just the fact that they able to have a spring game with tackling and also with it not having it be just a generic. So just like, geez, this is miserable to watch because we're going to play one defense. We're going to run these plays. We're just trying to get out of here. Defense ran all kinds of different looks and different things, which is good because then you can really evaluate and also get things on film. As a coach, you're like, you want to be able to make, hey, here's the splits. We only got it run 4 times, but here's how it looks. Here's what was great about it. Here's the mistake. So you want those things on film.
Yes.
Plus you can find out then, who can play, who can handle some of the volume in their brain of what's going on. So there's a lot of things there I thought was productive from a coaching standpoint to be able to have out there and to be able to get things on film, have people access the ability to see if they can execute, and then also just having the quarterbacks live so you can tell who can function when they have to make plays when they know they're going to get hit.
Yep. And you saw it. Jake, I guess to your original question about the turnovers, I wasn't that hung up on it during the game. I was just interested in the bigger picture. When I'm watching a game, you can cut this apart, but whatever. I try to just say, is this team going to win some games in the fall? Do they have some material? Do they have some material? How's the game go? How's it all look on that particular day? I don't get too caught up in that. I just want to see, do they have some guys that I can see beating?
And what did you feel about that?
I think they have some material. And they didn't keep in mind they had some guys not playing. I mean, Reimer didn't play at all.
Yep.
There were some guys that weren't even. They held some guys out.
Who else was held out?
I'd have to look. The defensive. Let's put it this way: the starting defense.
We know
Ty Robinson didn't play.
Yeah, but he wasn't held out. He was.
Oh no! Right? Yeah, Robinson. Yeah, Robinson. Well, for all I know, Reimer was hurt. So right there, Robinson and Reimer didn't play. The starting defensive line was Hutmacher, Cam Lenhart, Princewell,
Uman Mielen,
Elijah Judy, who I really like. He's a defensive lineman from Texas A&M.
So it's 3 newcomers there.
Yeah, MJ Sherman,
4 newcomers,
linebacker. John Bullock started at linebacker in place of Reimer. Jamari Butler played a linebacker position. It's different now because they played jack, and I think he played the jack. Corey Collier started at safety. Isaac Gifford started at safety and played well. Gifford, I think, came on late in the spring and had a good spring. Malcolm Hartzog started at that corner opposite Quentin Newsome, and then Omar Brown started as well. So that's your first team defense. So I like it. I liked the material there. I think they got something.
Well, like you mentioned earlier, I mean, the fact, and Matt Rule mentioned in post game that the performances of Maverick Noonan, Cameron Lenhart, and Princewell Uman Mielen were very impressive. They could very well play as freshmen this year in the fall.
Well, like they started. I mean, they were on the first team defense.
Was that a little eye opening to you to see that?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
But Princewell had 4 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. Okay. He asserted himself right away when he tackled the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage.
You want Matt Rule's thoughts on those guys real quick?
Yeah, please.
Here's Matt Rule on those 3 players there.
Yeah, I mean, Cam and Prince Will, Maverick, they play like older players. You bring those guys in, especially the positions. I mean, Cam has this unique ability, like his hands and feet don't stop. And so he's able to push pockets and get pressure on the quarterback. Prince Will has unique ability to, get off of blocks. He's really great with his hands. And Maverick's been so versatile. So the whole spring they've kind of fit in, and they've gone with the ones, they've gone with the twos, they played different positions. There's no entitlement. They're really tough team guys. So I think the future is really, really bright. You look on defense, some guys who played a lot of football last year weren't out there, and to have all those guys, those young players out there playing and doing some good things, was great all the way to the very last play when Gage picked the ball off.
Buford wasn't out there. I mean, there's three guys that played a lot, Buford, Reimer, and Robinson. There's others. The starting offensive line now, the line discussion, the offensive line discussion, the tackles, I'd say, struggled. Corcoran played left tackle. Benhart played right tackle. Then the interior was New Ely at left guard, Ben Scott at center, and Ethan Piper at right guard. I think it was mainly a tackle.
I agree with you. Interior guys, I think we're okay in that game.
Okay.
The tackles, as it has been for a couple of years now.
What do you say?
And Corcoran gets hurt on the play, and then it's that same play he was beat on. So he got
Lenhart.
Lenhart beat him, and then he got hurt in the same play. I'm not sure if there's reported on the injury after the game or not.
Right. Prince Will and Cam Lenhart were getting into the backfield too often. So I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm not going to.
So at one point, you want to be excited about the young guys getting in the backfield.
Good
And
news,
the other
bad
point
news.
is, okay, was it because the tackles are that bad, or which one is it?
I don't know.
We don't know. It's hard to know after.
I mean, Corcoran's not going to be the left tackle. So that part doesn't bother me as much. It's going to be Prohaska.
Yep.
When Teddy gets back, he'll be the left tackle. But they want Benhart to be the right tackle. And he got beat a few times, right?
He did. Yeah, both guys did,
Yeah.
for sure.
So like I said, I do think they have some stuff, though. I don't think this is a team that has to be a subpar team. I think it can get to a bowl game. I'm not going to predict 9 wins or anything, but I think they can get to a bowl. I think there's enough there. I mean, there's not. It'd be nice to have a Palmer.
Yeah, I mean, Trey, it'd be nice to have back.
They
here.
don't. I don't now. Can Xavier Betts be that explosive downfield guy, Bill? I don't know.
He has enough ability to be able to do that.
Okay.
Yes, he has enough.
That would be helpful.
Skill set is high enough to be able to do that. Yes, he does.
Now, there was a play that was thrown to Xavier Betts in the end zone, which I thought he mistimed his jump. I thought he could have gone for that touchdown. He kind of gave up on that route early, and it should have been picked off. The guy had I forget who it was, but he had an interception.
Yeah, I
didn't think that was a horrible throw. If you look back, I think he mistimed his jump. He could have actually probably snagged
I have
that.
to look at that. My initial thought was I'm not in agreement with
Okay.
you. He was double covered, and I didn't think the ball was catchable.
Probably should have been thrown there, but you're trying
Right.
to say, can this guy be a playmaker? Can he go up and high point a ball with double coverage on him once in a while?
Watch the replay on that and get back to
Okay,
me there,
I will.
youngster.
I will. Anybody disagree?
Find out.
Anybody agree that did Xavier
I think-
Betts maybe mistimed that jump? Could he have had a chance at that
I don't think
touchdown?
so.
I could have watched it incorrectly,
Yeah.
but I thought if he
Yeah,
had
my
one more
thought
jump,
was
he could've-
no, he couldn't have caught that.
Okay.
It was low. I don't even think it was a. I don't even know if he could have. I don't
You,
think it was a
thought
jump
the ball
situation.
should not have been
The
thrown
ball
in
was
his direction.
underthrown a little bit. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But
in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah,
there?
the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, we're talking about
the ball
same
should have been picked off in the first.
Yeah.
play because
I'm saying the ball should have been
the bread
picked off,
basket.
and he threw into double coverage. Whoever that quarterback was, who threw that? Was that
I
Heinrich?
don't.
It was Heinrich.
Was
Yeah,
it Harper?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, he winged it in there. He went for it. I kind of admire that, but should have been picked.
Wet blanket is here. As you expect post spring game on the text line.
Nice. Let's hear a wet blanket. Yeah, I love when you say wet blankets. Calling it. That's just
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
We don't hear from him
Yeah,
enough.
no.
Okay, what is wet?
He says that the take home from the spring game is the same O lineman and same O line coach showed the same results. Same O lineman played for both teams. They ran for 3 yards per carry for one team and 2 yards per carry on the other team. Same O line play equals same disappointing results. That's wet blanket, everybody.
Well, I mean, it's hard to push back too much on that, right? It wasn't a great day for the O line.
quick on Wet Blanket. Did he name himself Wet Blanket?
I
Did you
think
guys
he
name
did.
him?
He named himself.
Oh, he named himself.
That's
he
awesome.
named himself.
Oh, you'll love him.
Because just because Wet Blanket is it's just like a you just know what Wet Blanket
And that's
means.
what it is.
Oh,
That's
boy,
what-
he's chimed back in. And this is all cap letters.
Yeah.
He says, I am screaming this at the radio. This is a 4-win team.
Yeah.
What did Sip see Saturday to make him believe they are a bowl team?
They got material, but they're
That was the scream from Wet Blanket.
he's really good during the season. You'll get used to that. You'll love it.
Hold it. We're not even sure if I'll be here. I'm on a day-to-day basis. So
Bill.
what would make you think? Then also, you're also basically insinuating
you're
I
here.
have no chance of getting a job, which I'm applying for jobs like daily. And so that's like, well, I know that's not going to work like that. So there's a lot going on here. You're taking some shots at me.
I'm just
And
making.
all I talk about was how good you look and how relaxed you
I'm just
are.
being
That was
with,
the
with
conversation
a
up
wooden
the bat.
button shirt
Yeah, the wood button.
from Missing Tooth Greg.
Missing Tooth Greg.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. We should mention that.
yeah.
Yeah, Missing
And-
Tooth Greg.
yeah.
What a guy.
We have a lot of people here in this that support us like that. Also like that.
But not that many bring collar shirts to you.
No, don't make college shirts.
Oh,
They don't.
Like a closet full of them.
Yeah.
Are you asking for a closet full of
Yeah,
No, he
I
brought
just
him.
want some Splenda.
Yeah, we'll get
That's
it.
very
No,
simple.
you could be harder on me than you are on that. I'm taking.
We're friends, Sipple. I don't want to do that. That would be crazy.
You can hammer me though.
Yeah.
God, that was a piercing text you sent. Please tell me you brought the
Had to send
Splenda.
it.
Oh God,
That's about a 5:40 something.
that hurt.
I
I was getting out of my truck.
I sent some other text earlier about.
I
4.
limped in here.
Yeah,
with
we
my-
saw the text this morning.
Oh, they were
we
coming.
saw them all.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that. Some of that stuff.
we will.
too.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good stuff to talk about on that.
Yeah.
No,
No.
that's-
So, Jake, I wasn't.
How was the okay?
talk.
So we've got that.
Coffee talk.
How was the kicking game? How did that part go?
Well,
I know-
started off good. Timmy Bleakroad made a 49-yard field goal.
Okay.
And then
With the win, and it was a good kick.
Pankratz made a 38-yarder. And then they missed Timmy missed a 46-yarder that was way left and short, and then a 43-yarder. Forget how that one went. But the 46-yarder was not even close.
That
to
was
going.
into the wind, correct? That was going.
I think you're right. It was going north.
That'd be the wind then.
Yeah,
the
that'd be
wind
the
was the wind was out the north. That's
Yeah,
why it was so
okay.
It wasn't
cold.
the south
Making
wind.
The south wind, Jake, would have been 74 degrees. That's just how the earth.
Jake.
That's how the earth
Hey,
works.
I'm just
If that's how the earth works.
remembering what side he was kicking.
If the
to.
wind's coming from Mexico and through Texas,
warm.
it's gonna be
It's gonna be
warm. If it's coming through Ottawa, not as warm.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Winnipeg.
important.
So no, the kicking game, and Buschini hit a 35-yarder. I think it was his only punt. He only had one punt for 35.
Had a fake punt.
He faked two.
He faked
Now,
two.
here's the deal, Bill.
He faked
They
two.
faked two because Rule wanted to even out the possessions, the reps. See what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
understand? So he had him
I don't think I put nothing into why they were called a fake or didn't. If they did that, that's fine.
spring
That's
game.
yeah, that's like a spring game thing. It's not like whoa, we need to reevaluate. That's no. It's like they ran a couple things, whatever, type of thing. So
Yeah, I guess
I don't even think about that stuff that's going on.
I guess the takeaway is that they turned it over too much. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. But I'm a little Pollyanna, and I don't look at it quite like that. Wet Blanket's going to kill me for saying that, but I tried to look at just the totality of the picture, and not get too mired in the third string quarterback and the fourth string quarterback having two turnovers apiece.
Yeah.
I was interested in Sims. And I like that. They're going to have a battle. And they have come on. They have two guys who've started over 20 games. I mean, that's really helpful. When I talk about material, I'd start right there. Two quarterbacks who have started over 20 games. Two men. I mean, they're grown men. And Sims was very calm.
Some who watch the game might say, I want the more mobile quarterback who can escape the pressure that the offensive line might ultimately give up
Fair.
during the season, which Jeff Sims is the favorite in that
It
regard.
makes you wonder if that's part of the reason they want a running quarterback, because they know
Just might be.
it might be.
I would push back on that a little bit. I mean, yes, you want someone with that ability, but they're looking for the quarterback that can execute the offense the best. There's never really a time where you're going to say, we think our weakness is here, so let's get somebody that can scramble. I don't think that's guys.
There's the coach.
Guys,
thank
the
you,
coach
Bill.
helped
We
us
need
there.
that, Bill.
We're better than this, guys.
need that, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm not better than that. That's a good point.
It's
Keep
Yeah,
us in
Sims
check,
can
Bill.
stand in there and throw it. I mean, Rule mentioned something that Bill mentioned, that Sims is a 4-4 guy who can throw. He's a thrower. He's not a runner, but he can run a 4.4 if he has to. You see what I'm saying? There's a distinction to be made. He's not a running quarterback who sometimes can throw. He's not that. He's polished, and that part's good. It's going to get really interesting in August. That's the thing, and nobody's talking about it because there's nothing to say right now. But there's a quarterback battle looming. It'll be interesting. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for all the texts. 402-464-5685. When we come back, there was a clunker in Iowa City this weekend. We'll discuss that next on Early Break on the Ticket.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractor and zero turns. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home and service solution for every field.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 6 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Rings today and make sure for 89 cents.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can wrap dates for the car?
We can wrap dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe. Capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain relief techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood, build on hard work, authentic people. And Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Nutrition Authority invites you to save 35 to 75% off at the Spring Mega Sale. We're taking our better than internet prices and cutting them even deeper, bringing you the biggest sale of the season. Monday, April 24th through Saturday, April 29th, the Spring Mega Sale is on at Nutrition Authority. For location information, check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmed.com. Call 402-223-8400.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GE Landscape Supply for more info or call 402-467-1627. The Empire growing with ESC Education and Sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is great attention to detail. They see if you could dream it, contact ESC Fabrication and Blasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Despite an increase in cloud cover, we should see a beautiful afternoon with a high of around 68. Winds a little breezy out of the south at around 15 to 20. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of around 41. Will be slightly cooler tomorrow. Still breezy, southeast winds gusting over 20 with a high of 62. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will get back to the spring game at 7 o'clock. First thoughts on that. The first segment there. Keep your text coming at 402-464-5685. It was not a good weekend for Nebraska baseball. They went out to Iowa City, and they got swept. Nebraska began the weekend first place in the Big Ten. They are now fifth place in the Big Ten standings after losing on Friday 11-6. On Saturday 8-0. Only had 5 hits on Saturday, and then yesterday they lose 6-1. Only 4 hits yesterday for Nebraska. So 3 blowout losses in Iowa City.
The starting pitching in this series, Nebraska's starting pitching, had an ERA of 16.2.
That's not going to get it done.
So the ERA for the starting pitchers, Bill, in this series for Nebraska was 16.2.
So Friday, Emmett Olson goes 2 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned there for Emmett.
Second pitcher.
On Saturday, Jace Kaminska went 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs out of there after 65 pitches.
3 innings.
Yep, 3 innings. And then Sunday, Will Walsh went 1 1/3 innings.
If you add that up,
runs.
I believe you'll get to the starting pitchers for Nebraska this weekend pitched a combined 6 2/3 innings.
You're right, 6 2/3.
It's not going to get it done.
That's all in 3 games.
Nebraska's struggles against Iowa coach Rick Heller continue. The program has Nebraska has won just 1 regular season series with Iowa in the last 9 tries.
Home or away?
Yes.
That's not good.
Nebraska. Thanks, Jay.
That's not.
Thanks, Jay.
That's analysis, Bill. That's analysis.
That's what you do. I tell you what, you're always riveting on this one.
Nebraska has won 1 regular season series with its Eastern neighbor in the last 9 tries.
Yeah,
Rick Heller.
And they had an opportunity. You're trying to gain some ground. Keep your spot as a top spot in the Big Ten, and you get swept. 7-5 now. Nebraska goes from 21-12 to the 21-14 now, 21-15 and 1. Especially with you had those bad losses to UNO that hurt your RPI. They had the nice one against Vanderbilt that helps. They've had a couple. They beat Michigan in the series, but their RPI is not very high.
Right.
Like you need to win the conference probably to get in the dance for in the tournament for sure.
Yeah, this was a jolt. Now
they went from first to 5th.
1st to 5th
in a weekend. That's a hard one. That's a hard one to take, but they're a little over halfway.
Yeah.
So a lot of people to go with that. Now I should be able to rattle this off. I know Sip's gonna be mad if don't say things we don't know. Next series is with
well, it's at Minnesota. It's against Minnesota. In
Minnesota. Yeah.
No, it's fine. They play at Omaha, which has been a Bills bugaboo. It hasn't been. It's been a bugaboo. At Omaha Tuesday, and then they play one of the Dakotas, I think, on Wednesday. Does that look right, Jake?
Get it pulled up right now.
Yeah, pull it up.
Their schedule.
Sparky.
So
I like Sparky.
Sparky.
Yeah. I really like Sparky.
Yeah. Like South Dakota State, they'll play on Wednesday.
So that's a Dakota.
And UNO on Tuesday.
UNO on Tuesday.
And then
Minnesota.
Yep, against Minnesota in Lincoln. This weekend.
Right. So there you go. That Omaha thing has been interesting. They want to go with Omaha and take care of business, I would think.
Yeah.
You can't get swept by UNO.
How about that analysis?
You can't get swept by UNO. They beat you 2 out of both times so far. You cannot go 0-3 against UNO. The problem, UNO's record is not very good. It's not like they're a good Summit League team that has a great record. They
were sub 500.
They're sub 500, and you're 0-2 against them.
I don't know what they are now, but they were sub 500 the last time they beat Nebraska. They're a game under.
You're right.
Yeah.
So if at best they're barely above at this time.
Right.
And that's one of those games. It's just a double-edged sword because it's like if you win, it's not like it's not like it's like all right, yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Take that, Omaha.
Yeah. So you're just like those are tough games to.
That was beautiful
to be able to play into
like
that.
Fist pump there.
Yeah, that was a good fist pump.
Yeah,
huh?
There it is.
Yeah. I see the big rally though. I see the. Every time they've been upside down and things in a bad spot, Will's done Coach Bull's done a great job.
I think they have.
They have done a great job in that spot. So this is a time too. They need to reverse it when they get to Minnesota. That needs to be a sweep the other way.
Yeah,
it needs to be or a win for sure in the series.
So
absolutely.
To Bill's point, Nebraska lost to UNO in 10 innings, 6-5. Then they sweep Northwestern with a bad Northwestern team, but they did your job, swept them. And then, the Creighton game, you're tied in the 7th, gets suspended because of the rain, so they'll play that in May in May 9th. And then, Iowa though, you lose 3 in a row. You can't get swept. If you're gonna lose a series, you gotta win one game at least. And they get swept yesterday, so it's unfortunate.
Also, Hunter Salas was in town. He was at the game. Hunter Salas, you may know that name. Was a 5-star player at Millard North. He was visiting here, and they brought in Bryce McGowans to show him around. I don't know what Hunter's going to do. He went to Wake Forest too to visit.
He did.
And I don't know exactly what's on the horizon there. It sounds to me from the reports like that's Fred they're going to try to make Hunter the point guard if they get him. And I don't know that there's a backup plan. They lost.
Latrell Wrightsell goes to Alabama this weekend.
Yeah.
From Fullerton.
Wrightsell went to Bama.
That's surprising a little. That's a kick right in the gut.
That one sucks.
That one sucks. I agree with that one.
Latrell,
can't blame them. They're a 1 seed this year. They have a chance to do some damage in the tournament.
Yeah,
Good
similar
team.
offense to Fred's. Latrell Wrightsell Jr. To Bama.
That one sucks.
I watched him play in the tournament. He was impressive.
You did.
I watched him play in the conference tournament in Vegas.
Oh, conference tournament.
Conference tournament. Yep.
Yeah, he led Cal State Fullerton in scoring.
It just popped up. Is like they're like, yeah, he's from Omaha. I'm like,
I know. I remember you mentioned it.
What?
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me Google this quick like that. Luckily, I had Leighton there, my daughter's boyfriend, running the Google machine.
Search
engine.
Google machine.
Search engine.
That wasn't on Facebook. Well, you are heavy on Facebook.
I get a lot of information.
Yeah, you do. A lot of good
stuff.
information. I don't now. I got to tell you on the air, I don't mind doing this. I don't have Facebook, so I can't pull up your frequent tags.
Well, so sometimes he screenshots.
I do screenshots.
Occasionally, it's a link. Usually, it's a screenshot of what he sees on Facebook.
Sometimes that's where all good information comes in.
Wrightsell Jr. was. I think they sold it as a package with Hunter. That
would have been a great package to have here for Nebraska. Right? So he's a scorer, man.
Well, he led Cal State Fullerton in scoring, rebounding, and assists.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's the player you wanted to get. Alabama got a good one this weekend.
I think so.
It sucks for Nebraska. When we come back, song of the day and Bill's Thrills on early break on the ticket.
Elway Power Sports Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free door prizes with chances to win an autographed John jersey and more. Check new Indian Motorcycle Boutique truck on site for all day Saturday. Over 600 stock for major brands like Can-Am, California Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from others, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Corner Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Spring, and it's time to wake up. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay.
Keep summer green. Judson Irrigation, 402-420-277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Nutrition Authority invites you to save 35 to 75% off at the Spring Mega Sale. We're taking our better than internet prices and cutting them even deeper, bringing you the biggest sale of the season. Monday, April 24th through Saturday, April 29th, the Spring Mega Sale is on at Nutrition Authority. For location information, check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They're looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where your family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways online, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric, bringing career opportunities to you or someone you know. Now hiring electricians and HVAC techs and installers continually build their profession. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today. Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
if
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
By Golden Ear, 1973, 464-56851 is bad, 10 is good. Text ready on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day. By the way, 10% off anytime you shop at Sauter Heyman Jewelers and mention Breakers or Early Break.
Good job. Okay, that was all right. I'll get to Bill real quick here.
Bill was killing that one over
Yeah,
there.
Bill loves this one. It's good. It's cheesy, but
You said it was a
kind of
funny song?
Yes, I get a kick out of that song. Takes it pretty seriously. 6. I'll go 5.999, just short of a 6.
Bill, we saw you playing
Bill liked
the drums and guitar over
And
there.
guitar, did both like that.
You're a little late on the guitar.
A little late, yeah. but he got there.
I got
and he
there.
shifted, by the way.
I did also. I
He
did
did the
shift,
shifter.
He was
When
on
they said-
tape delay.
Yeah, so they
What
did
was the
shift.
shifter thing? What was
There was
the
something-
Oh yeah, it's 9:30 and I'm shifting
gears,
gears.
and I went to and I went to.
Yeah, you would shift it.
I did shift it. So I just try to partake. But Jake works really hard at this, so I don't want to take it lightly. The work that he
I
puts
took
in.
it a little lightly today.
And also, he is also just like a DJ over there. Where he kind of he fades it in and out. He does the whole. You gotta see his hands. He's like, oh yeah.
And
then,
does.
we got a golden earring, radar love, and then fades it back in.
He'd be a great
DJ.
He would be a great DJ.
Yes,
God, you would be.
He would be
Smoking
a
heaters,
golden
ripping
earring.
heaters.
What a great name for a band.
They had 2 hits. They had 2.
What was the other one?
Twilight Zone.
Oh,
Twilight
Zone.
I'm not high on that.
But that was a big song.
Yeah,
though.
the chance of me going to the Golden Earring concert would be slim. To be like, I'm going to spend 2.5 hours at that. But the name, I think, is outstanding. Then just the song, Radar Love. Yeah. That's great. There's energy to it. I like that a bunch right there. I'm going to go 796.
Hey, that's a good. That's a big.
Very good for me. It's a very high number. 796.
796 and a 599 were the scores today.
Getting close to a 6.
It's not often that Bill's higher than you on
Right.
the score, but today was the case there. So
Yeah,
Brady-
if you're gonna go with BTO, taking care of business is cheesy. I'm going with that's cheesy.
Okay.
If you want, me and Sybil can sing the whole song. Have we found out how Overdrive's doing?
Yeah,
No, stop.
we have not yet.
I don't know if he's dead.
We don't know, but I think Bachman and Turner
is-
are both. We've lost them.
I don't know if we've lost
We
those
need
guys.
to confirm
Yeah, please don't.
the status of
Well,
life.
I'm
of these
not.
guys.
I'm not trying to wish death on them.
No.
I just think that I've heard.
Bill needs to know
Bill,
if they're
we're to
alive
the
or
age
not.
now where
And
people are
some-
gonna start wondering if we're dead.
I know. I know.
Is Sipple still alive?
Have you guys seen Busch? Is he still with us?
By the way, how about Barney the other day when he was in here? God love Barney.
Yeah.
But you heard him say to me, you guys missed it. He goes, Sipple, you got old. Wow, Barney.
Wow.
How'd you respond to that?
I'm
Pretty good.
glad. I should have said, this is your first and last appearance on our show.
Well, thanks for your time. We'll never see you again, Barney. Okay, some ratings before we get to Bill's Thrills. 5.4 from who in Columbus? Bird. That's right.
Mock. Thank you for that.
John in Fremont, a 6. Guilt Nerd, 8.8. Notorious B.I.B., 8.9. Houston says 6.8999, so kind of your theme.
Nice.
There, the 9s.
Houston.
Yep. Craig says 5. Cruz from Lincoln, 9.5.
Cruz, thank you.
Rick
Thank
in
you.
Wahoo says a great song. That is a 9 from him.
Jiminy.
James and Lincoln, a 10. Joe and Boulder, who, by the way, stopped by the pregame show.
I missed him.
Nice. He stopped by.
Well,
He said
after I
hello.
left.
He said hello. He brought John, another friend with him as well. So
And Brad was there.
Brad was there.
From the Baldwin shop. Hello, Brad.
Doug and Lincoln, a 9. Isaac and Lincoln, a 9. Stan, 8.5. Sean in Omaha, 8.5. High ratings today. Ryan J says he's 8 and driving in a truck right now.
Who's that?
Ryan J.
Ryan J.
Hope he enjoys this.
Yes. Yeah, he does.
Thanks for listening, guys.
All right, before you get to
that
Bill's
it?
Thrill, we got more. We get to get
Okay, Bill's Thrills. Oh, yeah,
Hang
we
on,
got
let me legalize.
Look at the note. I'm not looking at him.
Don't look.
Hang on 1 second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, it is time for Bill's Thrills on a Monday, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors, Dirk, Scott, and Ty, your contacts for all your financial needs. Bill, it's Football Facts Monday.
Football facts. We're going to talk a little defense today, and we're going to talk about some things. I thought, again, if it gets technical, simple, you jump in, okay, buddy? Let me know.
You got a buddy on you.
You
got the buddy on you.
What the hell was that?
I've already complimented on your hair and your shirt. I can't be too nice.
Yeah, it's true.
I've been
You want
very
to jump
kind
in
to
here,
you.
buddy?
Yeah,
My
thank
buddy.
you. So today's theme is defensively, so everyone out there has some concept of this, is how do you line up? How do you get lined up on defense? Multiple formations, different things. So I'm going to teach you a little bit how you get lined up. First thing is there's field-based calls. And those are field-based calls, means it's based on the hash. So where's the field? Where's the boundary? That's how you're getting lined up.
Now listen to this.
So you can get lined up quickly with that. Where the rub comes in is if the ball's in the middle and you want to make a field-based call. Yeah, then you can go. You can say, hey, we'll be formation-based to that. Or what I would do, I'd say, hey, field's always right. So if the ball's in the middle, they just declare field's right, so you can get lined up. So,
right to your right.
To your right. So defense line up to the right, offense is
Not
left.
correct.
Correct. The next thing is going to be that you're going to be a man-based team, which has nothing to do with field and boundary. Then you have to get lined up on your people, and then that's all matchups. That'd be like, hey, we're playing man defense. What's my matchup coming out of the basketball 5-on-5? Who's your matchup?
Is everybody
There can always be a switch on it. There can be some different ways, and the thing with man is, how are you going to handle motions? Are you going to run with motions? Or we use the term spin or rock and roll with motions where the safety comes out, where if you do that a bunch, you can always get your best safety and coverage and somebody else back in the middle. So you're
I was just
off.
gonna say, why would you
So
do
by
that?
some games, you do it a lot because of speed motion.
Yeah.
If you're just running with it, they can just run you to death all game long on different motions. So that's a big thing for us. And the next one's going to be match based, which is also field. You can play man coverage off of field base, and then you line up on numbers. So if I'm the nickel and I'm to the field, and my job is in matches, that I line up on number 2. That could be a slot, or hey, into the boundary, I'm now my number 2 is a tight end. My number 2 now is the running back. That puts me in the box playing linebacker. But when there's motions, then everyone can just go bump, bump, bump. Now you just bump, bump, bump. So everybody's on a string. Everybody's on a string.
Isn't that what Pelini did?
So that's how you handle motions for us. Everyone does some form of it. This isn't one of those things where it's like, yeah, Don Shula came up with this, and that's kind of where it came from. But
I'd be a man.
But you can bump the thing all the way across the board for us. And then like I said, there's only certain ways you divide a field up.
Okay,
it's halves, 5 under 2 deep. It's thirds, 4 under 3 deep.
No, talk English.
Okay, so halves means I got cloud hard corners, reroute corners with 2 safeties behind it. Usually with a middle run, which means it can turn into 4 under 3 deep off a certain look.
Hello.
Thirds is 4 under 3 deep.
Hello.
That's if you're spot dropping, which is great. You have eyes on ball, but now you have all the different deep over crossing routes. They can clear you out and run deep crossers, and then there's going to be a void in there. So you have to figure out how we're going to flip on what crossers by the will linebackers. A lot to it.
You got that, Jake?
And then you got
See, me and Jake would have to go home and review.
Yeah,
this.
we'd have to review the notes here. And
yes,
study a little bit here.
quarters, guys, is matchup zone. Quarters is matchup
yeah.
zone. That's 3 under 4 deep. And bottom line is
3 under 4 deep.
So you have the 4 verticals coming out. That goes
Gotcha.
corner, 2 safeties. And there's 3 under. There'll be 3 underneath. With So someone would ask me like at a clinic and say, hey, can you just help me out here? Could you install real quickly cover 4? I said, that'd be great. I said, I'm going to need about 14 hours.
Why?
Because it's really in depth of all the of how you handle wheel routes and how you handle this and all the different beaters to it and stack formations and all these things. But also with quarters, with thirds, with half, all the motions don't bother you. That's everything's off of where the numbers are. That's my 2. That's my 3. That's my 2. That's my 3. All those things are there. So it helps you getting lined up fast in situations. That's why anytime an offense was going fast.
Yes.
So like in Indiana, you would never call a man concept because you don't want all of a sudden one of your star or your nickel having to run all the way across the field to get lined up or something like that. You call field-based stuff.
Okay.
So they can get lined up very quickly to that. Incomplete pass. Now you can call man. Now it's going to take longer for the ball to get back in. They can't line up and go.
Okay.
So they can't. So you're always talking about when you can change the
your
calls.
kids understand all this?
Yeah. So we would tell them
That's
all
a
those
good
things.
question,
It's
yeah.
like they would understand like, hey, so a very fast-paced team, if we're in man, we're going to play man again the next snap. We're not going to change it because it's like, hey, I'm on my guy. I'm going to play this route. Boom, they're going fast, man again.
The problem there is sometimes you get bad matchups, right?
Well, you shouldn't start in a bad matchup, but it can happen. So that's a part of it. And then also, when you get to third down matchups, you're going to have some things where you're going to go, okay, so like say I'm at LSU, and I'd be like Jacoby Stevens. I had 2 all-conference at a second team All-SEC, and then I had the Thorpe Award winner.
So you got a corner named Jacoby Stevens?
He was safety.
Safety.
He was a big body, very strong, very talented. So he would always match up on if they had a receiving tight end that's going to get the ball. So when I call something, like, hey, if I call this, Jacoby, you know that you go to the tight end. We know that Kerry, he's my best cover guy. He's the nickel. He's a 10 flat guy. You're going to go find this slot.
10
You're going to go to this spot. So you always had the guys.
He's a 10 flat.
He's 10 flat, 100 meters.
Yeah, dang. He's freaking flying.
Man, if I hear 10-6, I'm going, the guy can fly.
Yeah,
10
10
flat. Hello.
Yeah. Anything in the defensive back world, if you're at 10-8, that's like really fast. So 10 flat was good. But anyway, you would set it up. So when I would call pressures, because I wanted Grant Delpit to be in the best spot available, whether it be him in the pressure, whether him be in the middle of the field. I didn't want him.
Award winner,
I didn't want him covering someone that was a non-factor. I don't want my best player not doing something that was really important. So the kids would know it by call. So how you get lined up is so critical with what's going on like that. So it's like, hey, like I said, that's going to be field-based. It's going to be match-up man. It's going to be a match concept, which means everything's on a string, but we can still play man concepts with it. Now, you can get matchup problems there if you call match, and all of a sudden they put FSL, which is formation, into the sideline, and they put the number 2 receiver into the sideline. Well, by how you call it, that can be a backer out there. Now he's in limited space, but then so it bumps everything across the board. Now when they motion, it's crazy. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Right. You just come right across with it. So you have all those different schemes you're trying to figure out with what you do and what fits you the best. We played this last year all those concepts, and most teams play all those concepts in some sort. How Tony's doing it, can't tell you exactly.
Tony White.
So the ability to get lined up and understand the process, and then understand. Then I myself, if the ball was in the middle, it would have had to have been a coaching error for me to call a field base. Even though we had a tool built into it, if they'd be like a couple times, be like, that coach, ball's in the middle of the field. And so then I would call a man base something. There's several times. Usually the ball's never in the middle of the field. So it's always, you'll hear him say to me from up top, coach, left middle, right middle, which means it's close enough to the hash to call a hash defense.
Okay.
That's how that part works.
It's fascinating.
We had one game, I think it was Iowa. So my dad's like, it's like 6 in a row. Like, coach, ball's in the middle of the field. I'm like, son of a. Yeah. I didn't say it. Son of a.
You wanted to.
I go, yeah, how could it be 6 plays in a row and the ball's in the middle of the field? It never happened.
Jacoby Stevens and Grant Delpit?
Yeah, I had them. Yeah. I mean,
so you had some safeties.
Yeah.
Was that 2019? 2019?
2019.
So when you win it all.
Yeah. So you always want to have it like that where we can get your best players in the best spot.
Look at
what
they had to work with.
That's pretty good. That's Bill's Thrill, sponsored by
incredible.
Mid-Plains Advisors. Dirk Scott and Tire Contacts are good football facts on a Monday. When we come back, top of the hour, more spring game discussion and a little Frank Solich talk next. Early break in the ticket.
Elway Power Sports Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th, 29th. Stop by for food, door prizes with chances to win an John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian motorcycle boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock from major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for the grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit goflyred.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism. Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required, as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Despite an increase in cloud cover, we are with a high of around 6. It's a little breezy out of the south at 15 to partly cloudy tonight with a low of around 41. Will be slightly cooler tomorrow. Still breezy, southeast winds gusting over 20 with 92. I'm your 93.7 The Ticket and TicketFM.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. You can always call or text us at 402-464-5685. Watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or Channel 951 on Allo. Our show is sponsored by Gaina Trucking. We did not even mention this in the first hour, that Nebraska had 66,000 plus fans at the spring game, which is third.
Good job, Jake.
Ohio State was number one.
75,000.
That shocks me.
Shocked me too.
Oh, okay, so
that's
Ohio
not-
State number 1, 75,000, Bill. Penn State number 2.
That shocks me just because it's really hard to get to Penn State, and so
It
so
is.
the fans have to work really hard.
Oh,
It's
I
not
know.
you're not like you're coming from Columbus.
No.
It's really hard.
I stay in Harrisburg when I go there.
Yeah.
It's a
Which is how far away?
it's treacherous. I'm going to say hour.
Wow. Okay.
44.
It used to be up until
44 minutes to an hour.
Used to be up until I don't know how many years ago. Not a lot of years ago, that where you couldn't even fly into Happy Valley.
I don't know about that. 75,000 at Ohio State. 68,000.
That was surprising. I went to that one. I
I wonder what the deal is there. Because did they go to see the new quarterbacks?
Probably.
68,000 at Penn State, and then Nebraska was third. I will get the rest of the numbers later.
What was the crowd like at Ohio State when you were there, Bill, for a spring game?
Was never there
for the spring.
No, wasn't there. I didn't go until like late May.
Oh, okay.
I was only there for one season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was never there for the spring game.
I'm gonna figure
There's
something
some places like that. I said in the SEC, it's not a big deal. I was telling you, it's not a big deal.
Is that right?
I mean, Alabama probably was a little more this year.
Oh, no, they drew a lot.
Yeah, they had a good crowd.
Well, they had the
I'll get it
quarterback
for you.
situation.
Yeah.
They wanted to see that. Traditionally LSU does not draw. Ole Miss
Here, I'm
does
going to get
schools,
it to
I
you.
mean,
Here we go.
they
You
won't be
ready?
big.
You guys ready?
Give us some numbers.
God, I'm
Sip.
sorry to break in, Bill. I'm
Give us,
interrupting.
give us some
You
numbers.
guys should be harder. I'm interrupting you. Ohio State 75.
Okay.
Penn State 68 on the nose. Nebraska 66.045. Alabama
fourth.
Alabama 58.710. That's fourth. Tennessee fifth 58.473. OU sixth 54.409. Georgia is at seventh 54,000.
And that's the back-to-back national champions.
Yeah.
It's still not a bad crowd.
No, it's a nice crowd, but I'm saying that's
The Gamecocks drew 51,000.
putting together one heck of a recruiting class.
Are they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Shane Beamer's done an unbelievable job.
Interesting, Bill.
Unbelievable job.
Clemson drew 50,000. The Buffs drew 47,277.
Now, and I will say this from I did not get a chance to watch. I watched a few highlights of it. Their weather was awful.
Yeah, they had to clean up.
Oh, it was
snow
way
for the field.
way worse than here. It was snowing. I mean, it had to be the temperatures. They were in the 30s. Wind chill probably in the teens.
They had to plow the field before the game.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
covered.
yeah.
That was
covered.
a sellout. Now 47. It's a sellout because they didn't have all seats available. It was a sellout.
It looked good. Yeah, I saw pictures. The crowd looked good.
This
How
is
about, did you guys see Dion's cowboy hat?
yeah. He looks awesome.
He looked incredible.
That is it.
Pulls it off pretty well.
Yes, he
with
does.
His,
He
with,
does, man.
with
He
his
really
vest that says Prime.
Yeah.
I'm just like
He's
that.
a dude.
He looks. He's a dude.
dude.
What are you? I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If we would have, when I was playing football in the NFL, I was also playing for the Atlanta Braves, and if we'd have won the World Series, I would have been the MVP of the series.
Jiminy Christmas. Is that true?
That's true. Oh, that's facts. 100% facts. He would have been the MVP of the series if the
man.
Atlanta Braves would have won, and he was playing at the time both sports.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere. By the way, you're on the show, and you're not taking a job. I don't know why the hell you take a job now.
Why would you
I'm
take
trying
that,
to get
Bill?
one. I'm trying to get a job.
No.
Just trying to work.
No, you're on. You got a job.
Laura's on me.
Hey,
Laura's on me.
Laura, relax.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
fine.
Stay in the kitchen and do your job, and let Bill do his job.
Look at Josh. Maybe Josh is comfortable over here. Making Josh uncomfortable.
Okay, USC 33,000,
That's shocking.
and
Florida State.
Florida State
Do you
33.
want to talk about an opening game?
Yeah.
Florida State LSU.
Hello.
That's like
it's big.
It's in Orlando.
Oh, it's big.
It was a good game last year too when they played.
It's a great game last year.
Now Florida State coming off a 10-win season,
and Florida State's loaded. And guess what? LSU's their quarterback's back. Daniels is back. So that's about as good as it gets right out of the gate. And that's close to being. I mean, so that's a playoff game.
Is that Labor Day again? Because it was Labor Day last year.
You lose that. It's still 4 teams. You lose that game. You're basically going. You're going like, we lose one more, we're out.
Oh, that hurts.
It does. You're like losing.
Oh, that hurts.
That's why people always. That's why people push back from playing these games. That's why the larger playoff thing is so much better. There'll be a lot of
Billy, you might be able to rebound if you lose this. We got to win the rest of them pretty much.
So I'm saying, if you lose this one, you lose another one. How many 2-loss teams get in?
No,
it just doesn't. They have to have craziness happen for that to go down to build. Because
tough.
There's
monster game for Norvell and Kelly. And
both
Kelly.
of them.
Yeah,
both monster game right out of the game, and th're both sitting there going like, "What are we doing?" If I'm the head coach, so you're excited. You're going like, "What are we doing? We got a really good team here, and why are we not?
We can root it all.
Why are we not?
Game one.
Why are we not playing Wyoming? Why are we playing LSU?
No
and
offense,
LSU
Craig
is the
Bull.
same way. Yeah, no offense. It's like,
no, but I got you.
Why are we doing this?
Where's the
And then the
Citadel
fans love it. It's great. That's why. And I not to get on a tangent off that, but when this gets to the 12-team class, there's so much more push right now of getting better games and so much of eliminating the FCS part of it. Because, I mean, just how many times are there where you just go, what is this? What game is this?
The SEC it happens a lot late in the season.
Well, they always do. Well, they do. But the thing is, all they do, the difference is they just reverse it. Where most teams take it game 1 or 2,
they
reverse it and they just take it game 11.
They have a practice game in game 11.
Yeah.
Okay, back to let's go. Yeah. But Bill, that was fascinating information. Who's going into the? Oh yeah, yeah. So who is going into the portal?
We'll do that right now
for everyone. Yeah, for everyone like that. But then Nebraska would be one of them.
So
that would come up.
So Colorado's they had a good receiver that had a big game in the spring game. He entered the portal yesterday.
They had 9 guys enter,
including the guy that had 154 yards receiving.
So Colorado had 9 enter. So the reason we're talking about this with Nebraska is they are at 98 scholarship players. 98. 85 is the limit. Okay, so that's 13 that they have to. There has to be movement. All right, they probably actually need to have 15 or so leave because if you add from the portal, then there's 2 more you got to add. Okay, do you understand where I'm saying?
I do. Got you.
So I don't now. What's that kind of look? Is there? The question is, will there be any name players? Guys that you are counting on. I don't know, Bill. Jake. I don't know that. I don't.
Yeah, I was speaking. Just like I said, Nebraska's one, but overall, that's the question. I didn't know about Colorado, but there's going to be some interesting things. That are going to happen this week. Across the board is good.
This is the last week.
All the spring games are done. Things and there's going to be some. But the interesting thing I heard on the drive in this morning, which would be, who out there is going to be like, okay, we're really good, but we are short at this spot or short at this spot, or even at the quarterback spot. Could you imagine right now what the starting quarterback, the one that came in to replace Adrian Martinez at Kansas State, played really well for Kansas State?
Will Howard.
Could you imagine if all of a sudden Will said, I'm just going to float my name, see what happens? Can you imagine? I mean, the people that would be like inquiring.
Would you jump on him? No. You're
I'm just saying. I'm saying in general. I'm not so much going through a Will Howard thing. I'm just saying if you're really good, and he's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Someone say, well, how good is he? Well, he came in, they won the Big 12. And what's his body? Can he move around? Yeah, he can. So my point is,
he can gun it too.
There could easily be people right now that's the starting quarterback. If somebody else is going to throw one out, because the conversation was about Alabama, and there was a lot of talk about are either one of these two, can they lead them to a national championship through the SEC? And right now, everyone's saying does not look like that. I don't saying it is, but so the question was, would Nick Saban take a portal person this late? Joe Burrow was a graduate transfer, but he didn't show up until June.
He didn't. Now there's my question.
June. So if you're that talented, so it'd have to be someone. I don't know who that someone is. Give me an example. Last year, just because like that, if I think his name is Jake Hayner from
Fresno
State.
Yep.
If he would have jumped in the portal like right now, he'd have been like,
Here's my question to you, Bill. Here's my question. Could you make that? Isn't it difficult to take a quarterback now and say, you're going to be our starter? I mean,
well, yeah, it'd be hard. But my
he
point
has
is
to learn an offense first of all.
You're
right?
sitting there making a hard choice. The difference is before you'd be like, okay, so I get better. Now you actually have to have. Now you can actually have the conversation. It's kind of like hey, you know, that's like that kind of being like being single. All right, I'm single. I got any options? I'll try to go down to the bar and see what's going on. Oh no, you can get on like a Hinge and different things like that and
Different apps, sure.
Different apps.
Hinge.
Now, so there's options. My point is now is that there are options, right? Before there was no options. If you're saving, now there is. He might be able to say, "Hang on, now, the quarterback at this spot. Let's reach out to him. Let's have a way to reach out to him."
Oh, I get what you're saying. I mean, I know how the process works. I'm just saying,
is it that hard? No. If you're, I mean, like I said, we won a Fiesta Bowl with Joe.
With Joe,
now
that's Joe Shiesty, though.
Yeah,
I mean, not everybody's Joe Shiesty.
And there was 2 losses that shouldn't have happened. We got horrible calls at A&M. And then we got, we were leading Florida most of the time in the swamp and lost. So of the 2 losses, we also were, we had one game won and one we were tied in the fourth quarter with and ended up not getting it done. And we still won the Fiesta Bowl. But my point is,
at LSU,
that's how far they came along.
Now tell me I'm over. Now, and I can overthink everything with the best of them. But isn't there a chemistry issue sometimes where we're bringing in another guy?
There's a chemistry issue only if you're elite. And the quarterback's elite, and they're
if you have one,
they're trying to mess with you a little bit.
Okay.
It kind of comes back to Coach Johnson, who's the head coach for women's hockey at Wisconsin, and he was on the Miracle 1980. So I talk to him all the time. So one of the things they finally snapped with was
he was a player
because scored the winning goal in the actual gold medal game. So I'd always talk to him about all the stuff that was going on. And he said one time we finally just snapped because Herb Brooks kept bringing guys in all the time, kept kind of poking the bear. All of a sudden, and there'd be a new guy showing
guys to compete,
bringing new guys into the hotel. Who's that? Oh, that's so and so. He's from Maine. That's so and so. And everybody knew who everybody was. It kind of so I pointed that they kind of stood up to it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're at a school and you're sitting around, everyone, I love those 2 guys, but are they good enough? And so all that people care about in the end is who's winning.
Yeah.
There is no like that, man. I want my buddy to be the quarterback. I like him.
Right.
Todd's fun.
Right.
Yeah, but from the same school. We enjoy each other. We'll vacation together eventually.
Okay.
They don't care.
You answered that.
Yeah. And so I'm just saying that those are the things that are going to
could get
we'll see something crazy somewhere. Those mean something's going to happen. And then when someone goes in the portal, then you go, whoa, he went in the portal. He's already knows where he's going. You'll hear about an hour later, and he's committed to wherever.
It hasn't been crazy so far.
Yeah. I think that was held off. I think that
this
was
is
held
the
off.
week. Yeah.
This is the week that people are going to have a few more things.
So the portal notification period began April 15th.
And it ends this Saturday.
It ends Saturday. So Bill's right. And your guys are right. There'll probably be something. Now, Nebraska, it'd be big, for instance, if Casey jumped in. I don't see it. I have no information that Casey Thompson would enter the portal.
And
none. See, I want to make that very clear. No. I don't think that's going to happen.
I have zero.
Right. I have no intel. I have intel, and all my intel says no, it's not happening.
But you do have a lot of in the roster.
Somebody's
going to jump in was have to. There's too many quarterbacks.
I agree.
Everyone knows.
It would be really surprising if they just went into the season with 6 scholarship quarterbacks.
Too many quarterbacks.
Now they had 4 available for the spring game. Of course, Logan Smothers is still on the team. He's recovering from shoulder surgery. He was out there in a sweatsuit, along with Casey. They're wearing those god awful white hazmat sweatsuits, which were very bizarre. Did you see those, Jake?
Mm-mm.
Oh God, they're I don't know what the hell that was.
I'm not of the
all white.
We had some crazy ones for like the national championship game at LSU. It was all white, and I'm like, we all got them. I'm like, I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing that. I couldn't find it. I couldn't pull that off like that. Plus, that's when it was nice. They wore, that's like we always went coat and tie to the game, so that was like,
thank God.
Thank God.
Then we should mention Frank.
Yes, Frank Solich, of course, was honored. He's going to be the Frank Solich locker room.
How about that?
Which is a great tribute to Frank.
The Touchdown Club came up with that.
Mm-hmm.
God bless them. So it'll be the Frank Solich locker room. And then, it was just a nice deal they did for him at halftime. It was really nice. What do you think of it, Jake?
Well, I just like that, Frank, this whole ridiculous thing about a curse at Nebraska. He was asked about this on Friday. going to play some audio from Frank. Real
Oh,
quick,
nice. The
please.
curse.
Yeah. Frank was asked about, hey, is there such, did you put a curse in Nebraska? Of course, he's not going to just like dodge it. I guess he could have dodged it. But here was Frank Solich on Friday regarding any sort of hex or curse he put on Nebraska. Here's Solich from Friday.
There's not a curse that's been put on by any of my family members, that I know, or else there'd be a few more people in trouble. But no, we got nothing to do with curses, and so that if there's a curse here, it's not because of us, and let's just say it's gone now if there has ever been one. Okay.
If there was a curse, it's gone. The fact you had to answer that.
It's funny that grown men talk about
curses.
I think it's the curse.
Frank handled that outstanding.
He did. He handled it very well.
Oh, that's just
If
awesome.
there were curses, there'd be a few more people.
Just think about that too. Sipple beat everyone on the
Oh,
Frank
stop.
Solich interview.
Stop.
We got him exclusively the first ones.
Yeah, that was good.
93.7 the ticket. Early break with Sip and Jake. And
And Bill.
And Sipple,
And Bill.
and you beat everyone.
Oh,
You
stop.
got him. You got him.
Frank, I go way back, but it was nice. I thought it was good to see. They had the 45-yard line.
That was
Did you
cool.
notice that?
Yeah.
Frank
I
won
like
them.
that. Like again, I saw things. If it's ever on again, I hope the spring game's on again so I can kind of watch it again.
Okay.
It's like I watched it. It was kind of I was watching, but it wasn't like okay, I'm gonna check this guy. Let's check this out. Let's check this out with that. And then also like that because when I can't rewind things, I mean, you're so used to when you watch football in general, you're always rewinding. You're always watching that. You're like, and there's so many things you go, oh, I didn't see
Can you
that.
rewind on TV?
You can, but it's not like it's not like when you have when you're sitting there watching film
With the clicker.
It's with
Right,
the clicker.
yeah,
It's way
much
different.
different.
So I like watching it that way. To watch just as a fan, it's just kind of odd, and to be able to do
Absolutely.
that. So I didn't delve deep. But what remember, people ask like, what are you going to look for? I'm going to look for organization. And I didn't see a lot of pre-snap penalties. Probably a few, 2 or 3. They jumped off sides or something.
Yeah,
With that, I thought they always had their teams out there. There was a couple times I remember from the side, I'd see like somebody running on and off, trying to get on late for special teams.
Yeah, that was happening.
Well, just so you know, it's really hard. It's really hard because all of a sudden you have these teams and they're on separate sides and who's in on this, and then maybe an injury, maybe something's down, whatever it is going on. That person, that's a nightmare for the special teams guy trying to get part of it worked out. So they did I didn't see functionality of the day was really good.
I thought it looked like football.
Looked like football. Looked like football. I thought, like I said, when you go back to, I thought the first half of Wisconsin looked like football. They turned it over 5 times. Oh yeah, and I thought Minnesota looked they played. It was
played
more
indoors.
offense, defense.
They play indoors?
They played
like that.
indoors on Saturday.
Where did they play that?
At their indoor facility up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
so
the evaluation would probably be more based on what they looked like on the field rather than where they played indoors, probably.
But they were in.
Yeah.
They were indoors.
That's zero to do with it.
I know. I made fun of that though.
As we look
outside.
at this game again, it's the interesting conversation to me is: do you get hung up on the turnovers? Should you get hung up on the turnovers? I watched the game with a bigger picture thinking than that, so I didn't get mired in it. I told you how I watch these games. I watch them thinking, can this team win in the fall? Is this a team? Is there enough material here? And I saw enough material. I'm sorry, Wet Blanket, that they can win some games.
Wet Blanket was very adamant.
Oh, he'll hammer me.
He said no. They don't. He said no, they don't.
But
I'm an
you'd much
optimistic
rather have
person.
the 8 turnovers in the spring game than the first game against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you a great focus all the way through from now until kickoff of the 8 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's our and then defense, you're going, hey, we did a really good job of this. We did a great job of getting the ball. Now I would say this.
Okay.
The thing to look at would be on the turnovers. I think some of them were just turnovers and they weren't takeaways.
That's true.
There was somewhere just like the ball, was just on the ground.
Drop the ball.
Just drop the ball.
Right.
Someone so
100%.
Be different if you're stealing a pass or you see someone punch the ball out. That I don't know if that take place. See, like the more
Not
the
a
ball
lot
was
of
just
that.
on the ground.
Yeah.
And we also said they ran one in for a touchdown when the guy threw
That was not a
threw a bounce pass.
That was not a turnover.
Yeah.
So they probably had 7.
Yeah.
So 7. Anyway,
but you feel better if you're on defense. You feel you feel good about that. You feel good about the things that you're doing. And I'm sure I said some things were limited, but like I said, they did a really, really good job of having something that was similar to game football.
It was game football.
Minnesota was game football.
Was it?
And they played very vanilla with. They were playing one high basically the entire game.
One high safety,
man
Jake.
coverage, kind of a one hole. Or
I'll help you with this.
Thank you. Yeah.
One high. And they were running. They were running inside zone, outside zone, RPOs,
Those are run plays.
and a couple of things, and that was it. And so that was very clean football because it was, but it was play football and tackle football. It was that part of it. So that part was interesting.
The when I keep saying material for Nebraska, I liked on defense. I like Judy. I mean, I think they went and got a good guy out of the portal that can play in the interior line, Elijah Judy. Now he was their starter. When you're familiar with Stephon, he was a second team. And when I say material, I say MJ Sherman. He can play. I mean, he's going to make plays for Nebraska. He's the transfer from Georgia. And I think Uman
Mielen.
Yeah, and Cam
Princeville.
And Cam Lenhart can help. And again, Robinson and Reimer didn't play. Marcus Buford didn't play. Reimer was coaching on the sideline. I don't know if he was injured or what. Robinson's injured. Buford's injured. There's some valuable guys that were out. I think there's enough material there to be. It's got to come down to winning close games. I mean, that's what it's been. That's been the case for a long time.
They have not won
now
close
that's
games.
where Wet Blank will say, well, yeah, you can't win close games if you turn the ball over. Right.
So
100%.
Right.
I mean, that's an easy layup on the turnovers as far as that you can't win with them, especially in the league game. But if the competition's somewhat equal, that will always be the separator.
Yeah.
With it. Like I said, you go into a game and the other team's way better, but you had no turnovers, you still got beat by 40. That happens. It's because of, but if you have to keep it to a certain minimum with that, it is a very big deal.
Okay.
Well, Jake's looking.
Well, I think maybe when we come back, I could play some Matt. We haven't heard from Matt Rule much today.
Let's
I could play
do it.
some Matt Rule comments.
Please,
When we come
Jake.
back. That's next, an early break in the ticket.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, stent washes and details, bed liners, body Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes with chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian Motorcycle Boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock for major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job.
yard. All in stock above ground swimming pools at Bonds All Pool and 50% off now. And don't forget to stock or existing high weights made better.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and we're on the line. Goodyear General Manager of Honda of Landia Dealership. Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and
2022 Honda. Come experience the line at hondaoflincoln.com.
Finally finished brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
We're on the air. Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, you can always call or text us 402-464-5685. Watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter.
Do we miss anything today, guys?
I don't think so. We got to Frank.
We covered it
Talked
all.
about the spring game, offense and defense, turnover problems.
We addressed
Just
specials.
Jeff Sims also.
Yep, we addressed specials.
Talked about how good Dion looked in that cowboy hat.
Yeah, Dion in the cowboy hat looked pretty good.
In his prime vest.
It would suck to me if to have your spring game, and it was cold here in Lincoln, but Wisconsin, it was snowing during their game.
Was it?
Colorado
No.
has a plow off snow before the games. Like, that's just miserable. It's a spring game. Nice weather or snow, I guess.
Yeah,
in these places.
And I know Jake took a shot at the Gophers for
I
playing.
did take a
playing
shot.
inside. It was
Right.
probably 12 degrees up there. It probably was like 12.
Oh,
and
boy.
then they're like, well, what's the best way to evaluate our players? Just play inside. I'm always about the evaluation part of it. What is the best thing you can do? And you're gonna have to play in weather. I get that, but sometimes you want to kind of see, okay, let's see these guys play or not.
You know what Bill's hot take is? Hey, Jake, Bill's got a hot take. You firmly believe that Nebraska should have a retractable roof.
What's that? I don't know if I firmly believe, but yeah, I do. Yeah, I think I know everything. Oh, Memorial Day that day. I said, no, it'd be really cool.
It would be awesome.
It'd be awesome. And then all of a sudden they say, you want to recruit? People say, well, we only got weather. No, we don't. Watch this button. And also like that, the next thing too
Watch this button.
is the advantage.
Push it yourself.
Even if they would just add in for the fans over the top, the advantage of sound. I mean, Nebraska,
Oh,
it's loud,
Yeah.
but it's not ridiculous.
100%.
It's not ridiculous loud. There's a lot of stadiums that seat 30,000 less that are way louder.
Okay, so Trev,
And so
Who would be opposed to a retractable roof at
well,
Nebraska? I guess
it's a money thing,
traditionalists,
right?
maybe.
I just don't know what the cost is, and I did it. This is my problem. This is my fault. I brought up a topic
brought it up.
that we don't know what the cost would be, and I apologize to the listeners for that. What is a retractable roof cost? Now Trev's going to ask the fans for upwards of $250 million to refurbish that place over there. Now, how much is it to put a retractable roof on? I mean,
I think not much. Probably another bonus bite. You could probably do it for another $800-900 million.
Well, I wonder if it's that much.
Pocket
change.
right,
I wonder if
I've always felt,
could you do it for $250 million?
I don't
retractable
know.
roof?
I think you'd have to blow the whole thing up and start over. So that'd be almost so I'm not suggesting that Memorial State doesn't exist anymore. All I'm saying is that would be an unbelievable. I think Minnesota lost something, even though they play on campus now.
Mhm.
The crowd's not very good once it gets like October 15th. It's miserable. It's miserable. And guess what? And so just take an example.
100%.
What it was so miserable to play at North Dakota State and those places, back in the day when they played outside. They're finally going like, hey, what are we doing? Build a dome. Build a dome. They all have domes except for South Dakota State, but it's like, yeah, it's brutal up here. And we're almost in Canada. But guess what? We have a dome. One of my favorite North Dakota State stories is a buddy of mine from Ohio State.
State.
He was on the staff playing. I don't know what team he was with. They're playing North Dakota State Division II, and they're playing them. And he said it was mid third quarter, and they're not doing very well. North Dakota State's beating them, and the announcer says, "And remember, next week's game will be at 2:00 against." So the game wasn't even over yet. They still had a quarter and a half to go, and the guy's like, "Dang!" They just announced to the crowd that the game will be at 1:00 next Saturday against James. This one's over. Because I love when people say that. Sometimes they'll be watching the game. It's like, now if they hold on to if they don't come back and win this like that, it's like they'll be like they will never change the standings, and they'll be like down 30 with a minute to go. Well, it looks like they're probably going to lose this one. Have to move the standings.
No crap.
But the guy laughed so hard. He was laughing. He goes, yeah, middle of the third quarter.
Great.
Don't forget. Next week we'll play another home game. Thank you. but they got dome. So I'm not trying to call Nebraska soft. I'm not doing that.
No, I know you're
I'm
not.
just saying. The crowd atmosphere could be so good. Mm-hmm. Even if you have like in some place now do it. They even have like on the top the overhangs. A little bit like just that little bit of an overhang would change the volume in that place so well, because it's loud, but you're never that people love the atmosphere to play here, but they're never like, oh man, we couldn't hear.
Doesn't Washington have the overhang a little bit?
Yeah,
they do,
and it's loud.
Yeah, oh yeah,
super loud.
When we played in the old stadium up there, that was back when Washington won the national championship, and we had to play them. So they had Ettman and Rogers and all those guys. Yeah. So we're up there playing them. This has been like 92, I think it was. It was so loud, and then they had the overhang, and then they had metal bleachers.
Yeah,
and they would stomp their feet and yell, and it was
super
was real.
Yeah, it was
real loud. It was a really cool deal. Yeah. So that's a big advantage for your team. Mm-hmm. It's a huge advantage for your team when things get that loud. Mm-hmm. That's a game changer for what you have to get done with that.
Yep.
Does Austin have that? Because it's really loud.
Austin is loud. I don't think it has an overhang.
They don't have
overhang. I bet there's overhang over like two. I think there isn't. There used to have an overhang over part of the. I think they do.
Yeah, I don't think
over part of where the home stand side is. Not home, but I think the side away from the press box does not. I think the size of the press box does.
I was on that. So, I was there. I don't remember an overhang. I remember the buffet.
Last time
incredible buffet. For the media, it was an incredible.
I've never not checked the buffet when I go through to the press box. I'm always like, oh, I'll grab some. I had no problem.
Just grab stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'll grab food like that. I'm like, sir,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Have another.
Thank you. Remember, we're playing
media food.
We're playing out at like it was West Texas, I think it was, and I'm at UNK, Kearney State at the time. I'm all fired up, young coach. I'm like 22 years, 20s, like D-line coach. Got the headset on, talking
pleated
to people.
Pants.
Yeah, pleated pants like that. Yeah, Sansa belt, kind of real stretchy.
Yeah.
And so that. But anyway, so we're talking, and this lady walks in and she goes, "Hey, you guys want some these big Texas sheet cake, these really nice brownies. And I'm like,
that's the best.
Oh, they're unbelievable.
Texas brownies are amazing.
Texas sheet cake brownies,
Oh my
unbelievable.
God, yeah.
So I come in like that. So I have this deal. So I come in and I'm also not that. And of course, I do I'm ball game, man. You know, like that. Offensive coordinator Scott Hoffman's like, I'll take one. So he did that. They get the ball and they just go methodically right down the field and scored. Right down the field and scored. He looks at me and goes, "You should have tried the brownies."
That's
just matter of fact.
And also, with that being said, at Kearney State, another press box story. I've hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Was all of a sudden we get they have like drink stuff there, like Diet Coke would be in there, something like that, and Hoffman's like, this little. All of a sudden, a lady comes back in. Sorry, that's for the suite above. It was a rum and Coke.
This doesn't taste right.
Doesn't taste right. So they both happened to the same guy. Should have tried the brownies, and they had a rum and Coke.
I said the look. Yeah. After the good touch, yeah,
should have tried the brownies.
That's awesome.
I'm all Barney badass coach. You know, I'm a coach. Yeah, I don't need that. Yeah, I need.
You are
brownie.
Barney badass, by the way.
No,
you are.
All right, let's play the game.
Oh no, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, it's time. Let's give us a call right now.
Hey, we won last time. We're 2-6.
You guys went 2-3 last week. You're 2-6 since the reset.
Okay, can we lock in, please?
So it is NFL Draft Week, Thursday, Kansas City, first round, second round Friday.
Are we heading down or not heading down? Here's what would be the best: is I know we don't do those days, but we should do like the late Saturday live remote for the 6th to 7th round.
Yeah, we're here for the important rounds. We want to know who's Mr. Irrelevant this year.
Who are the free agents that we're looking at right now?
Who didn't get drafted? We're the ones breaking those down.
Okay,
today's topic: colleges of projected first round picks.
Okay,
where do these guys go to school?
College. Gosh, that can't be that hard.
It shouldn't be. If you've been paying attention to the best players in football and where they're going to be in the first round.
I haven't been.
I've not paid attention to one mock draft.
Not
one thing.
Well, Bill's in a great spot here. Then.
Yeah, I have no attention to that whatsoever.
We'll see how you do. Colleges of projected first round picks 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dick Down Sip and Trivia. You don't feel great about colleges of potential first round picks this year?
I would say this, Jake. The potential for embarrassment is pretty high right now.
Yeah, it's someone's like he's going to go like 7th. I'm not really sure where he played at.
Let's see how this goes. Aaron, are you following NFL draft coverage, my friend?
No, not really. But
okay,
thank you.
Nobody feels good about
thank
this
you.
today.
Let's do that.
I feel good, just not about this.
I'm glad you guys like
feel great.
the decal pass.
Say that again, Aaron.
What's that?
I'm glad you guys like the decal pass.
Oh, he got us the decal pads. Some decal pads last
Wait
week.
a second,
right?
Aaron, you did that?
Hold it.
The old school
Aaron,
ones.
Aaron.
The old school
No,
ones.
Aaron, are you talking about the ones that were embroidered? Because those were ridiculous.
Yes, I am.
Oh my God, Aaron!
farm
Oh my God,
hats.
Aaron, just take the win. You get it.
Get the bagels.
You get the win. Give them the bagels, no matter what. Oh my God, they're unreal.
Yeah, I got that.
Aaron, I hope you're not mad, but I gifted mine to my daughter's boyfriend because he wears a lot of retro stuff, and he wore it at the horse races the whole day.
It's getting good use.
That's fine.
Yeah, so
I got one more that I bet you'd like to do.
Yeah, send it down.
boy.
Send it down with some Splenda.
Decal pog.
If you have any collar shirts,
Yeah, collared shirts and some Splenda.
Splenda, please. It's
if you have any collar shirts,
And also a mini bike. We're looking for a mini bike to ride.
we'll start with one.
Yeah. All right, Aaron. First question goes to you, Bill. Lifeline for SIP for one question as always. Aaron, what school did edge rusher Tyree Wilson go to? Potentially a top 5 pick in the draft.
Oh boy. Let's go with Alabama.
They're saying this guy might be the overall best player in the draft. He won't go number 1, but he's going to go top 5.
Jake's just rubbing it.
Just
in.
rubbing it in.
Tyree.
To be fair, I
Wilson.
wouldn't have got this right either.
This is
so.
Jake Kuiper.
Yeah.
Kuiper.
I'm gonna pass.
The answer: Texas Tech.
Texas
Tyree
Tech.
Wilson seen as maybe the best overall player of the draft, and nobody talks about him at all.
Yeah.
They're saying 3rd overall to the Cardinals. Maybe.
Wow.
So,
Okay,
all right.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. All right. For the lead, your first question.
Okay, Bill, walk in.
What college did defensive back Devin Witherspoon go to? Potentially a top 10 pick.
Yeah, I got this. You gave us a layup here. That's Illinois.
That's right. Nebraska faced
I
him.
have that one. Yep.
Okay.
Well, you're in my back pockets.
Yeah, you haven't used Bill yet. So, okay, Aaron, to tie it up, last question. What school did potential top 15 pick receiver Zay Flowers go to?
Oh, man, I should know this one. I'll go with LSU.
You guys don't have to take this if you don't want to.
Well, Bill, I'm the head coach here, and I'm going to pass.
That would be Boston College. Zay Flowers.
Did you know that?
No.
It's just for the win. Bill's in play. It looks good
Hey,
for
this
you
is- yeah,
guys.
Come on, man.
If you missed this, Aaron can time. For the win, what college did potential first-round pick tight end Dalton Kincaid go to?
I got it.
Okay, well,
I know this one.
the floor is Bill's for the win.
For the win, the Utah Utes.
Look at that. Look at the start to the week. It's a win.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
Look,
God,
he snorted.
I snored. I'm so happy.
He snorted. He's so
He said
happy.
he did snort.
You know what, Aaron? Though,
I double snorted.
Aaron, like Bill said, you lost, but we were going to give you still a business box of bagels
Yes.
because of your gift. to
Oh,
your
yeah.
show.
Stop down there, yes. And
So,
actually,
Josh,
and
you got that.
and ask for a baker's dozen, too.
Yeah, Baker's dozen.
Yes.
Ask for that. So,
Yes.
thanks, Aaron. We'll
Thanks,
call
Aaron.
down the road, man.
Wow, those
Appreciate
hats,
it.
Aaron. Wow. Thank you.
There goes Aaron. All right, nice win today, guys. Who wants a tiebreaker here?
Oh, I got it.
Okay, ready for this?
Go
So, Bijan Robinson is seen as a likely first-round draft pick, the Texas running back, right? How many rushing touchdowns did potential first-round pick Bijan Robinson have in 3 years?
In
at
3
Texas?
years.
So Bill's doing the number here.
Okay.
3
44.
seasons.
Under.
Bill had a good over. So he had 33 rushing touchdowns, 41 total with 8 receiving touchdowns. 33 rushing touchdowns, though. So you would have won.
Okay.
Under, yeah.
Remind me tomorrow. I have a great Bijan Robinson
You do?
recruiting story.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Yeah, we'll get that
Yes.
tomorrow. Then.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's a win, guys. It's a win. 1-0.
Big win.
Big start.
Yeah. And thank you guys, by the way, for complimenting my haircut. I do want to mention Ebony at Sports
And
Clips.
Ivory.
Yeah, when she cuts my hair, it's Ebony and Ivory. She's
Yes.
black, I'm white.
I was feeling more just about the musical part of it.
Ebony does a fabulous job. I have found somebody to cut my hair. And you guys know there was an issue.
You
for
had
a while.
big problems.
Yeah, it was major.
Bill was literally telling me when I walked in to
Put a hat on.
put a hat on.
He had haircut 3 times. in
We had
one
no
month.
idea. It was like, what'd you get cut? What'd you do?
What do you?
What
work 3
happened?
times?
you
I
came
want
in
you to tell
today?
Ebony what happened today when I walked in. What'd you
Oh,
say?
I was dumbfounded how good you looked.
It is.
I was like, oh, it was like a movie star.
Dumbfounded.
Yes, I was.
And she's at Sport
Yeah.
Clips, right?
Yeah, can we say
I
that?
think it's fine. Go for it.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
Ebony did a great job.
Ebony,
Thank you.
yeah, did
Yeah,
a great
God
job.
bless.
Yeah, your hair.
And she's a
looks good.
sports fan. She's a great sports fan.
And you're in vacation mode with your
Yes, look at
Hawaiian
him.
shirt. He's
and
very
this is
comfortable.
Toothless Greg's creation.
Yes.
Well, it is.
Yeah,
he
he-
wants you to look comfortable.
Yeah.
Relaxed.
Yes.
I don't know if
Relax.
that's what he was going for, but
If someone wears
Sip
that
of Bahama.
shirt, they are relaxed. That's a
Yeah, that's a
relaxing
relaxed
shirt.
yeah, I will wear another Greg shirt, Toothless Greg shirt tomorrow.
That's a pina colada type shirt.
Yeah, but you get your pina colada
Yeah,
before the
that's
show
it.
ends.
Yeah.
That's a very pina colada
Thank you
type
guys
shirt. Yes.
for the kind words.
Yeah.
Spillover is next on early break on the ticket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and a strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcome animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats those problems. Lincoln has been a leader in wildlife management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. It can help you get rid of bats and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, school, apartments, or church, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Experience cool blue waters right in your backyard. All in-stock above-ground swimming pools at Bonsall Pool and Spa are now 50% off. This offer is good through the end of May or until supplies run out. Our stock will go fast, so hurry your new pool now. Stock up for the season with spring chemical sale for any new or existing pool. Learn more at bonzalpool.com or visit us at 33rd and Highway 2. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Are you planting this spring? Make safety your priority. LES requires any landscaping or trees to be planted a safe distance from electrical lines and equipment to give crews safe access. Visit les.com/trees to learn more.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. With a premier facility that gives fans what they want, how they want to see it. And with a Saturday doubleheader, a Sunday Cup Series race, and great deals on kids' tickets, the views will get better all weekend long. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used % of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Despite an increase in cloud, we should see a beautiful afternoon with a high of around 68. Winds a little breezy out of the south at around 15 to 20. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of around 41. It'll be slightly cooler tomorrow. Still breezy, southeast winds gusting over 20 with a high of 62. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This
I tend to come home and just start ravaging food like a coyote.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Chris Raff joins us. Raff, what's going on, man?
Not too much. Just another Monday trying to get my scooter to work.
Yeah. So, okay, I was
what
telling
happened,
Bill and
Raph?
Sip this during the break that one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time was during the spring game. We had the tailgate show at Tipsy Tina's, right? And Raff was there the whole time. He's going to go watch the spring game at a cigar bar, and he's going to try to take one of those scooters around, the electric scooters, the birds out there.
The birds.
The
Is that what they call them?
Bird.
Bird.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. The what, Bill? The
Bird.
There it is. and I'm watching from the perch of Tipsy Tina, so I you can see the whole.
There were a
that
lot of
whole
people
area.
watching.
Yeah, people were filming it. Actually, Rico's wife was filming this whole disaster. So Raph is trying to unlock one of these scooters to go ride it down to the cigar bar several blocks away.
Okay.
And Raph, you told us you ended up spending like $6 and went like one block on the scooter.
I don't even think I made it one block. I started going. I got it going.
Oh, so it started going.
Well, no, it never did start. The power, like where it says like how much power you have and all that, was it lit up and the lights came on. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Here we go.
And I started rolling, and then I hit the go button to start, and nothing.
Really?
There's $1 down. Try it again.
She just kept investing, though. I like that.
Yeah.
So I went, keep putting it into the same scooter too.
I made it about a half. No, I made about a half a block.
Okay.
It was rolling.
Parked it in front of Barry's. Then I walked down to out in front of was it Melicar, the Melicar gas station. Well, there was another one sitting there. I'm like, oh, I'll give this one a shot.
Yeah.
Parked that one right out in front of Hertz Donut, and like, I'm done with this stuff. And
Is it possible that it was user error?
It possibly might have been. I don't know. I know one.
I don't know this. Raph's pretty savvy. So
This
I don't
is
know.
like-
I would agree with you.
I would have to agree that Raph did. That wasn't user error. I'm gonna go with Raph knowing what
If
he's
it
doing.
was
in
me,
this
you could
situation.
definitely say
With me for sure, there would
User
be
error.
100%.
So last-
Still just messed up. Yeah.
I just figured out how to post
get
on
an app.
Facebook last
You
week.
gotta get an app with these things.
Last year,
Yeah. You need an app?
AD and I tried to start one up last year. We were going to ride one down tandem down to the tailgate, but
Yeah.
that didn't pay off. So
What do you mean?
we were going to get a scooter, and
What happened there?
We just couldn't get it to work.
Neither of you.
So
No.
these things are hit or miss, basically.
Yeah,
I don't see
I'm
anyone ever
over.
riding them anymore. Like they were a big deal a couple years
I think
ago.
we know why. I think
because
we
they
know
don't
why.
work. They're just
Yeah.
taking people's money and they aren't working at all.
This is a harsh conversation, right?
But we've
It's a real thing. It's a real situation. It's a real
we've
talk.
tapped into it now, though. We've got a contract signed, sealed, and what's that? Uber line is only available from 6 p.m. to 6
The
a.m.
birds. Oh, the birds don't exist. Oh, Nick, get on the mic.
Yeah,
Nick, get on the mic.
please.
So it's a different brand. So this year there's no birds down there.
Oh, yeah,
Last year
there's
it was
birds.
bird scooters.
There's birds.
So the green ones.
There's green and blue.
So they're both called Ubers.
Yeah.
They're basically Uber scooters, and they're only available. You can only because I tried to ride one too. I downloaded the app, everything.
Yeah.
And it says it's only available from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay.
every day.
That's stupid.
And so it's designed basically
Okay.
as an Uber
Oh.
scooter
Okay.
for people to get home
But
after
it
the bars
still
late
took
at night.
Raph's money, though.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it wasn't in
Still took the
operation.
money.
It
They
still
had no
took his
problem
money.
taking
Are you
my money.
positive, Raph?
I'm positive.
Check your account, Raph. See if it
Check
came
your
off the
account.
That sounds so
That's
dumb.
BS,
I'm
man.
positive.
Thank you, Nick.
So I like the Uber idea. I just don't know if being drunk and getting on a scooter
Right.
is going to be.
That's
going,
when you want to have this when you're drunk.
You're going 25
He's
miles an
crossed
hour.
the streets.
No,
Lord.
that sounds really
These are
dumb.
crossing busy
Sounds fun.
streets
I
of
mean,
Lincoln.
Not that I wouldn't have tried it. Not that I wouldn't have, give it a run.
That's
but
some backwards thinking right there, Mike.
We're sticking to the pedal cabs from now on. We signed a contract with our pedal cabber. He's going to pick us up for
Pedal
every
cab.
game and ride us down to. Well, it'd be the new studio, so he'll only have to go with like 3 blocks now instead of going like
From the
6.
cigar lounge.
Yeah.
Pedal capper.
Pedal cabber.
You've locked him in?
Locked him in. He remembered us from last year.
You and Aaron?
God,
Yeah.
I love when you get a contract. I love
Yeah.
contracts.
He's like, well, I will meet you out in front of the cigar lounge and I will take you to where you need to go. I'm like, all right,
That's
sounds
a good
good.
contract to have. It's a good game day deal.
So you've locked that in money wise and everything?
Yep, locked it in on Saturday, so we're good to go
Nice.
now.
Did you actually watch the spring game at all or not?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yep, I watched it and then I watched it again yesterday.
You did?
Was it on yesterday? I'd like to.
Yeah, it was.
I watched
reported it,
Minnesota
so-
last night.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching that last night.
Raph, what were your main takeaways? Two. Give me two.
Two takeaways.
Two takeaways.
One. Just go one on each side.
Yeah, one
on
offense,
each
one
side.
defense.
Come on, Ralph.
First takeaway probably from the offense was I liked all the different formations they ran.
Okay.
So I like that.
Interesting.
I think that the play action pass from under center, I think that'll be very valuable, I think, in the upcoming year.
Yep.
Especially with our tight ends.
And you got our fullback in there. You run the power I.
Yep.
Which we didn't mention.
Chinieri Bonner.
Yeah, they're running power
Actually,
I.
power I. No, power I is a 3-back formation.
Oh,
yeah, they never had
yeah,
power.
they did,
fullback
yeah,
with
yeah,
a,
yeah.
right, with fullback
or
with a
the
high back.
or the Maryland I. What's that?
That is a Maryland
It's 3
I.
backs stacked in a row. That's the Maryland
Okay.
I. Yes.
So this is what do you
What's
call
the
this?
L formation?
What do you call this?
Yeah, keep going, Bill.
Yeah,
Keep
the
going.
L formation is we
It's
got
formation
I
with-
back,
looks like an
fullback,
L.
and then the other back is right in between.
Yeah.
And they can short motion where they're kind of made famous by Colorado in their wishbone days.
So what do you call
That'd
that?
be
What do you call when there's a fullback down and an I back right back? Oh,
Just the I.
Just
No
the
power
I.
it's not the
Just
power
I.
I.
I formation.
Okay.
Yeah,
I formation.
I formation.
I call it the power.
And you-
I.
yeah.
I'm sorry. All right, what else,
Sip has his
Raph?
own name
What
for
else,
formations
Raph?
here.
What else, Raph?
And then from the defense, I think everybody that was like flipping out about a 3-3-5, like, oh my gosh, but a lot of the game, like you mentioned, I mean, they were in a 4-3 a lot of the times. It gives you options, I think.
Basically what it's based out of, because we had to go against it when Rocky Long had it in New Mexico.
Okay.
Still based out of what we call the under front, which is just a version of what front you're in. And what it is you line up in your 2-5 techniques or whatever you are, your outside guys in the zero nose, and then you have a floater that becomes the fourth D lineman. But he can add in from different places. That's the crux of the defense.
And sometimes they don't add him in.
And sometimes they don't. But my bottom line is that they still have gap integrity, with that. So some people make it look like there was times they lined up like a true 3-3-5. That was in 3rd and 14 situations, and they're rushing 3 and different things. So just what that as they were lined up. So I'm kind of like, okay, I know a good amount about this defense. So I'm like, yeah, it's just what I kind of thought. It's what they're doing. It was like that with their plan. They played a lot of quarter based things with it that you guys learned today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That was good. Yeah,
Great
good
deal.
Bills
But
today.
Ralph's 100% right. In the end, it was very much a 4-3 day. However, they get to it, different ways to get to it, which is pretty common. I mean, but that's how the defense is based off of how they can. And I'm sure a lot of that's going to be off like where the back's at, where the quarterback's at. I mean, that was always our big conversation of, hey, that's why when the people line up in the pistol all the time like that, especially Ohio State, and they jump them late, because a lot of teams want to set their front based off where the running back's at. So that would make you hold. It was to say, if the back's here, we line up here. The back's here, line up here. He's back here, we line up here. Oh, what happens if he moves? Are we going to try to adjust anything with it? That's another level of difficulty.
Yes,
to be able to deal with and things. So I'm sure they have some sort of. There's a reason why they line up, how they line up, like Raph was saying, of what the
Thank you, Raph.
what the extra guy was, and that's why a body type like some of the guys were doing it, and a Butler or someone like that, because there a lot of times
Jamari,
they end up being the 3 technique. They end up being a D lineman
right
on the run, and so that creates some issues like that. It creates issues every place I've been. It does create some issues, with the run blocking. It makes you be a much more of a either gap scheme, so it's down, 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 pull, 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 or it's going to be all zone, 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 and we're just looking for a crease to get things cut off like that. So that's some different things that come up.
I'll tell you what creates difficulty for a lot of people. Usually in a football game, you're just in my shoes, you're just watching 11. In a spring game, you got to watch 22. So I just miss a lot. You're watching 22 dudes. I mean,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're watching. Like, oh, what happened there? That was good.
Right.
What happened on defense?
I was trying to watch both.
Yeah,
yeah.
And there wasn't near as many. Sometimes, like I said, I didn't see it real cleanly. Just a couple times, I'm like, what? I'm gonna watch that again. I know I can rewind it, but there wasn't much for replays.
100%.
There wasn't much for replays of anything. A lot of things just going like that. And I just don't want to sit there and have to rewind all the time. So.
No, let's face it. Guys like me and Jake just miss a lot. We just miss a lot. I mean, I can follow the ball like my mom, and I'm good at that. But if I'm trying to diagnose what happened on a play, good luck. It's no football.
Yeah,
no
football.
Right.
Either
I
one.
didn't play football.
That's right.
Yeah. But we analyze it.
You analyze it every day. Number one talk show between you two about Nebraska football is two guys that have never even really been around the sport. It's incredible. Yeah.
Simple can analyze that boxing match on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Can't.
No, I can't.
He would. When I go to Farrell's,
Gervonta, by the way.
Yeah.
Gervonta the tank. They call him the tank.
Yeah,
he dropped Garcia with a body blow.
Shot.
Body blow. Bill. He dropped. If you drop someone with a body blow, that's serious business.
And it was like a delayed reaction. It was like 3 seconds after he hit him, then he went down to one knee.
Gervonta Davis.
Tank.
The tank. Hits like a tank, Jake.
That's good. That's it for us.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks for wrapping that up.
I mean,
that's good.
That's great. Thanks.
Wrap it up,
awesome.
Drive
Yeah.
is next with AD and Raph for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough